Let's hit it. Dulcet sounds means go time. Sit across from me. Let's do our morning lineup, ladies and gents. If you please. And you do. Thank you. Well, you're welcome. He's in one of those hip sage colors. You know, like the rich white kids all wear when they're babies?
Yeah.
They call them like beige babies or something because they have all those like kind of muted tones.
Rich babies are so much cuter.
You know what? I'm going to start calling you Rich Baby. That's your new nickname, Rich
I like
Baby.
that. I'll start rapping.
Yeah. He got in there early, folks. He's in here early. He's pumping iron. He's getting ready. I don't know what he's planning for, but whenever it happens, look out, world. It's going to come for you, and it's going to make you wish you weren't in this way. You know what I'm saying? Looking good. Got fists of steel, arms of iron, and he's got gonads of solid rock. And
palms of butter.
And palms of butter. He just dropped a little bit of, jerky. He's a little man from Thrall that can do it all. It's Mr. Chuy Eldorado.
That's right. Made it.
Sauntering in here and getting himself all set up. And he is looking, folks, I have a feeling he may be, there's a part of me that thinks he might be going golfing later today. Is he going golfing later today?
If you're going.
Is that what he's doing?
You knew we had an interview after the show?
Is he? He's doing something. He's got like, I don't know. He's got the kind of pants that you wear when you're making $250, $300 at a tech office, or you're in sales. Some kind of dry fit, folks. I don't know what. He looks handsome. The ladies in the office, the ones that work around the salespeople, they're going to be fooled. Either that, or he's just decided to take matters into his own hands. He looked at the live read sheet and said, I'm becoming a salesperson today. Stop. He says, stop. He's a member of the Texas Radio Hall of Fame. But he's also got a special place in your heart and in your mind and in your soul. He's the guy that created the Bob Fonseca's Rock and Roll News, and that's why he's known all around the country. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Bob Fonseca.
How you guys doing?
Okay, man, how are you today?
I didn't think I was running late.
You got to introduce Matt now, though.
Oh, I do?
You don't have to.
I didn't know. I thought maybe you did.
People know that I'm here. It's okay.
No. The man right there, the hardest working man on sitcom television, ladies and gentlemen. He had a show back in the day. That's right. He came into millions of people's homes every single day. And a stand-up comedian, a storyteller, a provocateur. Provocateur? What's the word I'm looking for?
Provocateur?
Provocateur, a raconteur.
Dude, I don't know what words mean.
Ladies and gentlemen, no, I just like to say them. Ladies and gentlemen, what can I say? One of the stars of Moon Tower comedy.
Oh, boy.
Oh, yeah. And now, ladies and gentlemen, a star of Mornings with Matt and Bob, powered by Chuy. Please say hello to the marvelous Mr. Matt Bearden. Marvelous.
Hello. Gentlemen, ready for a day here? All settled in?
Yeah. Got to figure out a way to get more than 5 hours of sleep a night, though.
Yeah, that's got to be
You got to go to bed early.
We should all be
I did
working
it.
on.
I went to bed at like before 10, slightly before 10. I got up about 4, made some lean bacon, egg whites.
What's lean bacon?
Yeah,
It's just center cut, low sodium.
That doesn't sound good.
3 grams of fat.
It has nothing that you want. It has
just has
nothing that
sodium's
you
the bad
eat bacon
part,
for.
It tastes just like bacon. It's better than turkey bacon.
Is that what you tell yourself?
Hey, is 29 grams of fat, what is that? Is that more than you're supposed to get in a day? Or
That should be almost your daily allowance.
is it? Okay. I had a dream last night and you were yelling at me about something. And you're like, dude, there's 29 grams of fat in that, just right there.
I mean, I'd excuse it.
And
if
I was
there
like, I don't know what that means.
If there was like 60 or 70 grams of protein in it, maybe.
Okay, go ahead. I didn't mean to slide.
That's it. No,
It just suddenly you triggered it. I was like, oh, you were in my dream last night yelling at me about fat intake.
And then I made a little lunch that I'll be eating around 8:30 today. We want to make
lunch at 8:30.
30 lunch?
Lunch at 8.
We're like, you got to think about, this is our day at 6 and 5 a.m. So
That's true.
we are in the office right now.
Right. If someone goes, yeah.
I mean, that's like someone going to work at 9, and then immediately going to lunch at 11. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay.
It's just like how they do it. And I've been, yesterday, I ate every Again, it was like turkey or a turkey burger or like egg whites and stuff like that. But I ate every 3 to 4 hours. Energy. I didn't take a nap or anything. That's why I was able to go to bed early.
Can I point out something?
Yeah.
You've always eaten every 2 to 3 hours.
No, but it's usually, number one, something bad, and then it's a lot.
Okay.
These are
so
all
you're
like
eating smaller meals more frequently.
Yeah, these are all like 500.
Because I usually see you sometimes every 30 minutes even eating. I would think that you'd be super energetic.
No,
then.
I got too fat, so I've been feeling it, seeing it, smelling it.
I hear you.
You know?
Oh, I think I know. Have you been single lately?
No, I mean, I think I saw myself on the podcast stage is what really did it.
Oh, okay.
You know?
Oh, yeah, that was brutal.
Yeah.
I think it was the way because I was sitting on that sofa
You look kind of fat
with
too.
Melissa, and it kind of compressed.
and then we all looked
because it was a
ugly
very
next to
soft
Melissa.
cushion, and it kind of compressed your body up like this. And so in photographs,
Yeah.
I was like, dude, I made weight that day.
Mm-hmm.
I look like some kind of horse, some kind of hoss. It's just the way your body was, it's the way your body's compressed in that.
Well, the couch wasn't like super huge, And
Needed firmer. We should have put some, we should have put some maybe plywood under the cushions or something to give it a little,
Well, and then also,
I felt like I was sinking in it.
Yesterday, Justin Sarber sent me a highlight video of when I boxed a couple years ago.
Ooh, he put together a highlight reel?
No, I think whatever app did it for him.
Oh, cool.
And that was kind of inspiring.
Yeah.
And that's why I got up and I hit the bag downstairs.
Right on.
Well, there we go.
There you go.
Nice.
I'd like y'all to join me. I'd
Yeah.
like y'all to get here about
No, not down there. That place is nasty, man. That place is dirty.
even
It's
5:30.
dusty and it's dirty. Nobody's cleaned that equipment off. And do you clean it after you use it? No.
Well, I don't.
No, you don't. When you go to a gym, they have somebody that walks around with a little spray bottle and they spray down all the equipment. Mm-hmm. That's never happened down there. There's you could take your finger and just take
I've sprayed a lot of the equipment.
a teaspoon of dust off of the.
I only use the 4-pound weights and then my hand wraps
Yeah.
and the gloves and stuff. So
I'm not
I
going
don't
down there.
really-
There's a ghost down there anyway.
No,
There's a couple ghosts.
It's pretty cool. There's like no laws down there.
There aren't. In fact, there are more laws. There are more rules at an Outback Steakhouse than there are down there.
Saw at Clements working out down there naked.
No, you didn't.
Now
That's true.
you're
He wasn't
trying to
working out. He
entice
was
me.
just down there laying out.
You're trying to entice
With a
me. Now
4-pound
you're
weight
not
up
gonna
his-
do it. You're not going to trick me into going down there and thinking
Come
I'm
on.
going to see
It's
at
only
Clements,
$20 a
man.
month.
Yeah.
Payable to Chuy Eldorado.
Are you?
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Hey, can we talk about where you headed?
Yeah, I got a golf date. I got a golf invitation yesterday afternoon
What time are you leaving?
from one. No, this is a week of I have to go to the driving range. A friend of mine.
Are you dressed
It's
like
gonna-
that to go to the driving range?
Yeah. Well, this place you have to.
Can I come?
No, they don't allow your kind.
And where is it? And what are you training for?
Well, I don't want to look like. I have not played an honest round of golf. I've played in some best ball things or whatever they call those. Where everybody hits and then you hit the best ball.
Oh, you're talking nice balls?
I haven't played nice balls. I haven't played an honest round of golf in years, where my score is my score, which is going to be.
You're responsible for your own balls.
It's going to be way over 100.
Oh, nice. That's great.
No, not in golf. It's not.
Oh, it's not?
I think
And
if you.
I haven't swung a club since. I'll go to Top Golf occasionally. So
Okay.
I'm trying to get a couple of out. You remember last year when you guys played? Didn't you go out a couple times
Yeah,
to practice?
Yeah. We went to this range right over here. You didn't have to wear anything special.
Taught Matt. You
Yeah.
learn how to play.
Anyway, someone is guesting me today at
You
the
going to
driving range.
You going to no Spanish folks?
Regular
Possibly,
Jack Nicklaus.
possibly.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's where I think he's going because he said you have to dress nicely for the range.
Yeah. And maybe we can go out. Do you guys want to play in the
I'm a
next
sneaker.
month? Is the Team Brock
I'd love to play.
charity thing?
I always
She
wanna
wants
play
to know
that.
if we want to play.
Matt,
I would have to try to swing because this arm, I can't throw a ball anymore, or I can't lift
drive
even
the
like
cart
a 2
for
pound.
us.
Yeah, I might be able to do that. Because if that's best ball, and maybe I can just putt, because I don't think I can hit or drive or anything.
For sure.
I really am. I'm not trying to be a puss.
No, if you're still going,
my arm just doesn't even move into certain positions.
Anyway,
choose a
Melissa asked me, Melissa Fleming, if we wanted to play this year.
It almost caught me taking a hit.
But I think we should take the morning off and go do that charity thing, which we did, which you guys did last year.
We love
I think
the kids and their charity.
We get lunch, give some awards away, announce the winners, play a little. I'm down for that.
Who's going to be the fourth? I know CJ wanted to that.
I thought
Chris Kane.
I thought Chris Kane was our
That's our go-to.
go-to.
Well, that's going to hurt no next feelings.
If not, Doug.
Doug can really
I got
smash
Doug's
it
clubs.
too,
I've never swung. 2 years ago, remember when we were talking about playing golf so much?
Yeah.
And then I bought Doug's used
And you
clubs.
never played them?
Nice set of. No, I've never swung them because we never went out. You guys went out once.
Doug lives real far away now, so I don't know.
I've got some tailor-made, so it's in a nice bag. I'm not going to embarrass myself. I got some shoes, got a glove. I'll look good. But Ricky Phillips invited me to play Sunday with him and some guys I haven't met yet. So I'm sure they're going to be banger.
Oh, and I bet he has a nice pair of sticks. See what I did there?
Yeah.
So, do you think most people know Ricky Phillips is from the band Styx, or played with
previously? Yeah, I think he's taken a
sabbatical.
I can't wait to hear some of his stories. Yeah, he's taken.
You know how cool you would look if
off.
I came as your caddy?
You would look pretty good, dude. Can you dress as Bagger Vance?
And we just discuss things in the corner?
That would look really weird at Falcon Head, I think.
No, it wouldn't.
Anyway, I don't know. I'm going to embarrass myself because I keep forgetting that
if you pronounce it Falcon Head,
I'm not 30 years old anymore. My strategy, though, is going to be not to try and kill the ball, which is my instinct.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
right?
Slow and steady, right?
Sure.
Just get it past the ladies' tee. Mm-hmm. Right? And then from there on, let it take its course
till it sails away.
Right
into the forest.
Come sail away. Mm-hmm. Come sail away. You could be a renegade.
Nice. Very nice.
You got too much time on your hands.
Wait a minute. Isn't that Foreigner?
Hey, it's okay. Who hasn't Ricky Phillips played with?
I think my game's going to be cold as ice.
That's Foreigner, for sure.
You know?
Yeah. When he makes a good shot, say, "Hey, Mr. Pro Bato."
I mean, my grip is comfortably numb, you know?
That's can't just start naming things from any band. You know what I mean?
Well, you guys were.
No. We were doing sticks.
If there's a pro out there that'd like to, slip me a free lesson before.
Well, you're in a grand illusion.
Then he might have.
Thank you, Mr. Roboto.
Come inside. Yes.
I don't know. Part of me is like, well, should I turn that down? Should I turn down this invitation, or should
Absolutely,
I lean in?
you should not.
Or should I lean in? But will I be embarrassed? That's the thing. I don't want to be the guy that they're waiting. I'm sure my ball is in here somewhere.
No, that's when you just go, hey.
I think I went down into the creek.
You just take a stroke and then move on. Don't keep the
I'm going to have 2 dozen. I'm going to have at least 2 dozen Lake Fine balls in my bag.
There you go.
Show him your collar that you're wearing right now and
What's
say,
that?
"Hey, I'm just a blue-collar man."
Oh, God.
He's going to love it.
Anyway, I'd love to take a lesson. The lessons kind of mess you up, though. Don't they?
I don't know if that's what they're there for.
Who's saying "Carry On, My Wayward Son"?
Kansas.
That's Kansas.
I have a feeling
Screwed
Bob's
up.
just going to be a man in the wilderness.
Wait, you can't go that deep on tracks because then people don't know you're doing sticks puns.
But he's looking for his ball in the wilderness.
It's time for Click, Click, Boom. We get into the clickbait so you don't have to. Today, part 2 of World's Most Embarrassing Deaths, right? 10 deaths too embarrassing to be believed. Yesterday, we talked about like Kirstie Alley's parents were on their way to a costume party. Her mother was killed in the car. They were dressed as a Klansman, and her mother was in blackface, which, I mean, by today's standards, horribly embarrassing that you would be, because it's not how you want to be remembered, because now we've learned a little bit from the wrongs of our ways. The blackface, even when you thought you were doing it not to be cruel but to be funny, still wasn't funny. So there we go. We talked about Leon Gregg, who escaped death row.
Yes.
Managed to escape death row, got out to celebrate. He went to a bar, got in a bar fight, and died in a bar fight.
I love that one.
Classic.
Today, let's move. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, these are the only deaths I really fear is an embarrassing one.
Well, I almost had it when I thought I was going to die. That day I was having a stroke.
Yeah.
And my body felt so weird. I didn't know what was happening. And I thought, oh, my God, do I have to poop?
Yeah. I want to go out on a snappy line or something. But you don't have time for that. You were pooping and just...
No, I didn't even have to poop, it turns out. I thought I did because my body felt so weird. I didn't understand what was happening. So it's like, do I have... And I sat down on the toilet, and then I realized, I think I'm getting ready to die. And I remember thinking, don't die on the toilet at work, because that's a horrible thing to do to your children. And I jumped up and grabbed my pants and tried to go die in the hallway.
I want to say something funny, like, check please, or
That'd be
I
great.
left the stove on or
Can
something.
I say, actually, check please? Great exit line. If you were to look up and go, check please, and then keel over.
Punch out. But who would hear you?
Nobody.
Maybe.
But then that means we have to pay the check.
Maybe Alex would be in there washing his hands, and hear you. Somebody would hear you. And
well, you don't have to be on the... No, wait. You don't have to be on the toilet when you yell, check please. You could yell at your own death wherever you are.
Oh.
Well, I want someone to hear it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, what's the point? That's why you don't want to die alone.
Hans Steiniger.
I thought you were going to say Han Solo being
What did he do?
Being stuck in carbonite or whatever that was.
That's an embarrassing death.
That's an embarrassing death. I thought you were going to say that.
He came back to life, guys. He just was frozen. He didn't die. That's just an embarrassing end to a movie. Yeah, Hans Steiniger. He had what you might call an uncool death, if you were. He was a town mayor near the Austrian-German border about 400 years ago, 1567, to be precise.
The good old
a
day.
very good year.
Yeah.
I got a Cabernet from that very same year.
It is, in fact, he was a unique individual. Not only was he mayor, but interesting thing about him, he had a beard that was over 4.5 feet long. Think about that. A beard that's 4.5 feet long. Pretty long. And a well-liked mayor, been elected several times over the years. He kept his enormous beard rolled up and tucked into his pocket.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah, I guess what else am I going to do with it?
However, on September 28th, 1567, his town was thrown into panic by a fire. Without time to dress himself properly, Steiniger hit the streets running with his long beard dragging on the ground. He stepped on his own beard. He tripped. He fell down a flight of stairs, broke his neck, and died.
What do you call that act?
That's the old weird beard disease.
Yeah.
I don't know what you mean. That just seems to be a bit tragic.
That's the price you pay for style sometimes.
Yeah, I guess
Don't
so.
you think?
I mean, was it hot with the ladies, I guess? Beards at that time, I'd imagine.
The beards in Germany and Austria are it's a really big deal. Like that's where the World Championships is a lot of times.
Yeah.
And those dudes really... Like the American, I hang with all those beard dudes. And the Americans are happy if they get third place. Like that's a huge victory to get third or second. But first, they really get into it.
How long sometimes it doesn't take them long to grow that beard. I feel like it would take me years.
Yeah. You're right, Chewy. You are right,
Can you grow a beard, Bob? How long have you grown yours?
After a while, it's just like, what am I trying to do?
He looks cool.
I did during
he just gets weird about it, though.
During the Pando. You saw my Pando pictures.
Oh, yeah.
I think he looks good with a beard. I think his wife doesn't like it, so he shaves it. I think she goes, what are you doing?
No, I can't. Even growing long hair, it gets to the point where I kind of want to do it, but there's that uncomfortable moment where
it's itchy.
It's
I don't like it itchy.
It's not long enough and it's not short enough, and you have to wear a hat everywhere, which I do anyway. I don't know. It's complex. I hate myself. Bye.
All right.
See you later. Let's talk a little bit about.
Check, please.
Let's talk a little bit about Gary Hoy.
Oh, Gary Hoey?
No, Hoy.
Oh.
He worked as a lawyer in Toronto back in the 1990s, worked for a large Toronto firm and one of the largest skyscrapers in the city. He was on the 24th floor. July 1993, Hoy was talking to some visiting law students. And he started talking to law students about the law firm, about the building they were in, their offices, whatever. You get in a conversation like that. The topic turned to these giant windows that were ceiling to floor, and he was talking about the strength of the windows and stuff that they made out of, and he pointed out that essentially the windows on the building were like bulletproof. To prove how strong they were, he took a run at the pane of glass. He said, look, you can run straight into these things. They don't go anywhere. He slammed into it. The entire window pane gave way. Hoy went out the window with the glass, falling to his death 24 stories below.
That's a lot of stories. Huh.
You think you count them as you go down? Or are you falling too fast? You're falling at 33 feet per second, right?
Yeah, I know that.
I don't think you can count it. Go by too fast, like in a cartoon.
Yeah, I feel like he probably was like, what the... Oh, I want to redo. I really want to redo. I was just trying to show off. Think about what... Think about what a chatty probably was. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was just like, oh, bros, you guys could check these windows.
I watched a lot of those kind of, like old Faces of Death videos, and even, now, and it's not how they depict it in the movies at all.
The what?
Very fast.
Oh, yeah. Deaths?
Yeah. Well, I mean, just, falling.
I remember one time I was picking a guy up. We were going to dinner. And he goes, oh, man, you got to see this. You got to check this out. But he didn't tell me that he had a Faces of Death VHS in the machine. He just goes, you got to check this out. You got to check this out. I was like, okay. And I walk in, and it's a lady, like, running to get across a train track or something. And a train comes out of nowhere and just hits her and dismembers her. And I was like, what? Why would you do that to somebody? Why'd you be like, hey, man, you got to check this out? And then, mate, that was...
I only like him because it reminds me not to do stuff like that.
Is that why you don't do anything?
Yeah. Yeah. I've
It
seen
is
all the
safety first.
And I was watching the rock climbers like not too long ago, and all of them like losing grip and relying on the thing to catch them,
Yeah.
I'm like, why are you doing this?
I don't know.
What are you proving?
Yeah. You see that movie Cliffhanger?
That was badass.
That was a good one.
That was badass.
Is that the one that had the little girl from, the grown woman from Northern Exposure that had their little short hair?
That was Sylvester Stallone, not a little girl.
I think that one's ready for a reboot, man.
Oh, yeah.
Let's do it.
Cliffhanger is what, 30 years old
Imagine
now?
with modern effects.
And then Cliffhanger versus Dalton from Roadhouse.
Oh, I still want
On
to
the cliff.
I'm writing right now. Well, me and ChatGPT-4, we're writing Dalton versus Creed.
I can't wait. I want Dalton versus every person. They resurrect Bruce Lee.
We're off track now.
Yeah, okay.
More untimely kaputs.
Men will do stupid things on a dare.
Oh, yeah.
It's one of our weaknesses, I think, really.
Is this one of those backyard
If you
wrestling things where they jump off a roof?
Like if you try to... You could beat another country without firing a single weapon in a war. You could just dare the other country to do something.
There should be a Dare Olympics. Or like a Dare thing where we donate money for someone to do dares, and they have to reach this amount. It's like, I'll do this for this amount.
Has the U.S. Army even tried turning to one of our enemies during the Korean War? Did we ever turn to the North Koreans and go, I dare you guys to walk this tightrope? I bet you can't, you pusses. Because they would have, because as man, your brain just breaks all of a sudden. You're like, oh, yeah, I can. Yeah, I can. Oh, yeah, I can.
Schools ruined the dare word with the anti-drug campaign.
Back in 1998, someone dared Michael Gentner
Okay.
to swallow a 5-inch goldfish. He was all over it. He immediately began to choke on the fish, and his friends who had made the dare
Started laughing at him. Classic bonehead move.
Eventually, one of the friends became concerned and began calling for help. Sadly, Gentner, it was too late to save him. Here's the great thing, though. You know that you can't be charged for a crime for daring somebody.
You can't?
No. So all of his friends were fine. I'm sure.
So that can't be true. Completely.
What do you mean that can't be true completely?
Well, remember that woman that told that kid to kill himself, and then he did, and then she went to jail?
For harassment. She didn't say, I dare you to kill yourself. She berated him for months, and he eventually killed himself.
All right. I thought okay.
There's a slight difference between the two, right?
Yeah, I think so. I need to rewatch that documentary.
Boy, so you can watch the kid die again?
No, I want to know about the case.
That's today's click, boom, ladies and gentlemen. And that brings us to a transition. Making a Murderer Part 2. Has anybody seen it yet?
No, that's not. Wait, that's been out.
What do you mean it's
Same
been
guy,
out?
right?
Well, yeah. But it's been out? How long has it been out?
I don't know.
I thought it just came out. Oh, it has been? Season 2 review.
Yeah.
Oh, not
Is there a part 3?
Not Making a Murderer. Sorry. The Jinx Part 2. Sorry.
Oh,
the other documentary that we all lost ourselves in. Right?
The Life and Death of Robert Durst. I don't think I watched the first
The
Jinx.
Life and Deaths. What do you mean you didn't watch the first Jinx?
I didn't watch the first Jinx.
Where the guy basically admits to the guy screws up while they're filming the documentary? Mm-hmm. Mm-mm. So he's a rich kid, right? And he moves around the country and these people die around him. And he's been accused a couple times, but he's never gone to jail, right?
Oh, Galveston.
Right. And, you've met Adam at my house, right?
Yeah.
You ever met his wife, April? She's a, what do you call that, where you look at dead bodies and try to figure out what happened? Forensic scientist.
Yeah, forensic.
She's the one that went over the body from the Galveston murders.
Oh.
Yeah. So,
that's pretty cool. I mean, not cool.
Spoiler alert.
Cool.
Spoiler alert from a documentary that came out in 2015. In the last episode, he goes to the bathroom on something.
Okay.
While they're filming, and he's still wearing his microphone and forgets that it's on, and he's talking to himself.
That's creepy.
And he's like, "You being an idiot. You almost gave it away that you did it. They're going to find out that you killed all 3 of those people if you don't start watching it. They're going to find out. They're going to know that you killed all 3 of them." And then all of a sudden you realize that he can tell. He goes, "Oh, you idiot. Your microphone." And then they were able to turn that into the police, and then he goes to jail. But so now it just came out this weekend, a part 2.
Is he still claiming to be innocent?
Well, I haven't seen it yet. That's why I was asking. But it turns out you never even saw part 1.
Bob
hasn't said a single word, which tells me that he is out on this as well.
I don't think he has HBO.
So this was a terrible transition for me to make.
I don't watch that.
You don't watch
I
what?
don't have HBO.
You don't have Max?
Don't have Max.
How do you not have Max?
Because I have Apple Plus and I have all the other stuff.
That's the worst.
So you have all the mid-level ones?
I got the Disney bundle with Hulu.
How have you watched Euphoria?
I haven't watched Euphoria. I'm not a big Zendaya fan.
Have you watched Hacks?
The Ali documentary.
I may have had a subscription back during
Have
Hacks.
you turned into
I've watched all the Hacks.
You watched season 2 of Hacks?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Who's in season 2 of Hacks?
If you tell me, I'll remember, but I'm trying to think. It's been a long time. It's been like 2 years. It was in the middle of the Pando.
Season 2 of Hacks just came out.
No, it didn't. Check yourself before you wreck yourself, my friend.
2022 was season 2.
Yeah.
Really?
See? Yeah, sorry, man. Sorry to do that to you live on the radio. I know my Hacks.
Martha Kelly's in it.
Yeah, she plays an agent.
She plays an HR person. I didn't realize that season 2 of Hacks came out that long ago.
Yeah. I remember it was during the Pando. I like Hacks a lot.
I know why it's being pushed to the front of my stuff then, because season 3 is coming out in like 2 weeks. I just saw that.
So I'll renew my prescription to HBO.
There's so many good music.
I got to get Disney Plus again because I got to see the Beatles thing.
Yeah. Not just the Beatles, but tons of music documentaries, sports documentaries.
Yeah.
Well, I would like
HBO's
to
the best.
apologize to all the listeners that I didn't talk to you guys beforehand, that pivot, because originally I was thinking that there was a live read right there. And then I went to something that you guys couldn't contribute on, and it was a bad move on my part.
No.
And I would like the city to know that I apologize to you.
I'm also fact-checking stories right now, too, so as I listen to you. But I guess I tuned out because I don't have that channel right now. I don't watch, murder documentaries and stuff or crime shows or
So
whatever.
good. HBO's the best.
I know. I just don't. I don't dig that stuff.
Well,
when I go home, I want Bobby Flay, Guy Fieri. I want mindless stuff.
I understand that.
Now I watch YouTube like 80% of the time now.
Can I just ask as a favor, really just as somebody who's on the show with you, that just because maybe you don't have a subscription to something that you don't quote unquote tune out?
Could I say the same thing about rock and roll news?
Absolutely.
Do you mind if I could say that to you guys? Mm-hmm. Try to act like you're interested in the stories that I have.
Yeah, try to come up with a couple of good stories, huh?
Yeah, sure.
Well, today you're going to be very disappointed because it's Tuesday.
Come on, that's some good Taylor
and nothing
Swift.
happens in the world of rock. I can't do any more Taylor
You gotta
Swift
do more
stories.
Taylor Swift,
There's
baby.
Taylor beef.
You gotta do
There's-
more.
I can't.
Very sus lyrics.
Yeah.
What?
I'm
going to go to you on this.
This
Get
Nirvana
ready.
tune is dedicated to me.
Mick Jones is happy. Peter Frampton is speechless.
I report the news. That's what I do.
He's Bob Fonseca's Rock and Roll News.
Oh, my babies out there, you pretty things in rock and roll land. How you doing? You ready to get started? You ready to get your day going with some rock and roll news? Oh, my gosh, I got the headlines for you. Now, normally, Tuesday is a very slow day in rock and roll news, and today is no exception. But luckily, we have all the reactions, good and bad, to the Rock Hall of Fame inductee list that came out just this weekend. And I think everybody's pretty happy with it. I know here at KLBJ, everybody's all a Twitter. By the way, allow myself to introduce myself. I'm Bob Fonseca.
Hi, Bob Fonseca.
I'm Rock's glass rate reporter. Last great reporter. Thank you for listening, Matt. I will try to return the favor tomorrow during Click Click.
Oh, no.
Boom.
I'm not listening. I just said hello is all.
Oh, okay. Thank
I'm
you.
just passing through. I'm going to
Thank
get a
you.
coffee or something.
Everybody here, though, at Austin's Rock, or as we call it now, the Rock of Austin. We took 2 words and decided to make it into 4 words.
That's a nice way to get extra. That helps
we used
you.
to be the Rock of Austin, and now we're... Oh, wait. We used to be Austin's Rock, and now we're the Rock of Austin. So we added more words, which gives it more provenance. Gravitas and provenance. Anyway, everybody here is so happy. L.A. Lloyd, the whole gang, Johnny Rude, that rock was very well represented in the inductees this year, I think. And I particularly am a very happy reporter today, and I'll tell you in just a second. You probably, if you know me and some of the stories I've been doing lately, you've already guessed why I'm so excited about the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame this year. Mm-hmm. I feel somewhat vindicated.
Oh, boy.
But I'll get into it in just a second. First of all, let's get to the folks that are happy, not the ones that are unhappy. Mick Jones, a Foreigner, says that the Hall of Fame induction is going to be the cherry on top of Foreigner's career. So unlike a lot of rockers who say, hey, I don't care about the Rock Hall of Fame, it's all BS, it's just a thing, it's just a business thing or whatever. He's leaning in and saying, hey, this is special, man. I had a great career, and this is like the whipped cream and cherry on top. It's something I will savor over the years. It's a great honor to be... Oh, you know what? He does it in an English accent, though. But included amongst all these great artists that have been inducted over the years. And that was pretty good. Let me take... Can I take it from the top?
Yeah, take it.
All right. I've had a great career, and this is like whipped cream and cherry on top. Sound a little like Tom Webb, don't I?
Huh? I mean, I guess a little.
Not as cockney as Tom is, but I've had a great career.
I don't think
this
Tom
is like
sounds
whipped
cockney.
cream and cherry on top. It's something like I say about over the years.
Now you sound like Tom.
Great
Now you sound like our listeners.
To be included amongst all these great artists that have been inducted over the years.
We hope you've enjoyed this episode of Small Town Community Theater featuring Bob
Scene. Rick Wills, foreigner bassist from 79 and 93, also expressed his excitement to Billboard. I wonder how many people have been in Foreigner over the years. I think it's pretty tight, but they may have some of the early dudes there that were in that. But we'll have to check it and see. We'll have to check it and see. I'll do the English accent all day.
No, okay. Sorry. Uncle.
I'm not twisting your arm. I'm just trying to be accurate. All right, now, another famous British rocker, and he's one of my favorites. He seems like such a nice guy. And he is...
Noel Gallagher?
No.
Liam Gallagher?
He's stood the test of time. He's a classic. He's a great player. He's a great songwriter. And I think he's a great human being. Peter Frampton says he never expected to be selected for the Rock Hall of Fame. I think he's being a little humble there. I think he had every reason to believe that he would be.
Never expected to be chosen.
Well, that's funny that you do that because he says, I think I'm a little bit in shock and speechless. Well, maybe he should hook his voice up to that machine.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Chewy.
Thank you.
And he said, let me quote him, I never expected this. You should be in. I said, what is this to be, you know? I so mixed emotions because something that I just never expected, whereas other people did for me.
Yeah.
It's wonderful.
And then he took Mary Poppins by the hand and jumped into a chalk drawing.
Chimmery, chim, chimmery, chim, chim, chimmery.
It sounded like you were sneaking up on a crocodile.
What are you talking about? In his career spanning over 60 years, Frampton certainly accumulated an impressive rock resume from his early success in the band Humble Pie to his unrivaled achievement in 1976, Frampton Comes Alive. The rocker continued to blaze a trail of his own. And thank you. He received...
How old is Frampton?
He received over 500,000 votes from the fans, second only to...
Lenny Kravitz. Dave Matthews. Dave Matthews.
How could Dave Matthews outvote?
Because think of those fans.
He's got the men and
Peter
women.
Frampton. Now people are wondering if he's going to perform, if he's going to hook up his little sound machine and perform I'm in You, You're in Me, or whatever that song was.
My goodness.
I hope so. It'll be interesting to see who plays. That's going to be on what? Who has that now? Disney Plus? Who's got the rights to the Rock Hall? It's either HBO used to have it, but I think Disney bought it. Disney's leaning into the Rock. They know which side their bread is buttered on. You know what I'm saying?
There's a new bar after the Deadpool and Wolverine movie, too.
I hope I have another British person to quote today. All right, now, speaking of the Rock Hall of Fame, I feel somewhat vindicated. Now, listen, I take no pleasure. I'm lying right now. I take a great deal of pleasure in knowing that one, Lenny Kravitz did not get inducted to the Rock Hall of Fame. I don't think he belongs there yet.
Honk. All right, well...
When you've got 60,
let's see Mary J. Blige do some bench presses wearing leather pants.
Hey,
when you've got 60 years under your leather pants like Peter Frampton does, then come and talk to me, Lenny. Just be happy you've got a pop figure that no one's buying. I know that because I saw it at Below 5.
Why are his rights being raided for doing nothing other than existing?
His pop figure was at Below 5.
And where was your
below?
And where's your pop figure?
I don't care. I'm Rock's last great reporter. I'm not a rock star.
He doesn't like Lenny because of how sexy he is at that age. It's insane.
Bob's upset because
he doesn't agree
Do
with
you
lifting
think Lenny
weights.
should have been inducted? Where
Yeah.
would he have fit in? Who are you going to take out
He
to
can
let
fit
Lenny
anywhere.
in? Who are you going to take out to let Lenny in?
He can fit anywhere because he's the most in shape person in that.
Who
Hall
are
of
you
Fame.
going to take out of this year's inductees?
Your
to
wife
put
said
Lenny
she
in?
would take
Pick
you
one.
out to put Lenny in.
You going to take Frampton? You going to tell who's going to tell Peter
Pick one.
Frampton that he's not in because
I'll
Lenny
tell
got
him.
in?
I'll call him.
You will.
Yeah.
All right. Let me hear that call. Let's do a little. All right.
Hey, Petey.
Ring.
Ring. Hello? Is this Pete? You there, Pete? Pete.
Hello.
Hey, Petey.
Yeah.
That Hall of Fame thing?
Right on.
We're going to get you next year.
Bloody hell, mate.
We got to get Lenny in.
Oh, they tell me always this shit.
We got to get Lenny. How many
Where's Mary Poppins?
How many weighted sit-ups can you do, Pete?
Huh?
Pete, can you hear me?
I'm sorry, I'm
Put the
practicing
guitar on the
my
phone.
Huh?
Put the guitar on the phone. I want to talk to the guitar.
The voice guitar or the guitar?
It's one and the same.
And scene. Thank you very much. All right,
Thank
let's
you.
see what else we have. Lurs Larick. What's his name?
How's he doing, old Lurs?
What's his name? Somebody tell me his name.
That's it, Lurs Ulrich.
No, it's not.
Why can't it be?
Lars Ulrich.
Oh, are they related?
His childhood home sold for $6.85 million. Look at this thing. This looks like where the little old lady that lived in the shoe lived. Look at that.
Did he grow up a rich kid?
I guess so.
It's a big house.
The impressive family home in Copenhagen, and pardon me, I'm not going to be able to pull off a Copenhagen accent.
All
I'm
right,
just
we're
not.
going for it.
You
want
me to do a Copenhagen accent?
Yeah, go ahead.
You just put a little pinch between your lip and your gum is all you got to do.
The childhood
hey,
home.
everybody, Copenhagen. Skull can suck it.
The childhood home of Metallica drummer Lars Ulrich. He's kind of like the band's dad, too, right?
Yeah.
Everything goes by him. He's like the Mick Jagger of Metallica, right? The other guy
kind of runs the business in.
Right. And he's a big art collector. He's got an amazing collection.
Yeah.
Holy cow, dude. I should have been a rock star. I would have. We should have been in a band.
I think
Chuy.
Matt's kind of our Lars. I'm definitely James.
I'm definitely the bass player that crawls around like a
Robert
crab.
Trujillo?
Oh, yeah, that's
Hell
me,
yeah.
man.
Hell
I go
yeah.
hard. The home has hit the market for an asking price of 48 million Danish kroner, approximately $6.85 million US dollars. Property is located on a large corner lot in Hellerup, Denmark, an affluent suburb of Copenhagen. Impressive multi-story. Impressive? I don't know about impressive. That's a lot of brick. Hey,
So wait,
you know
he
what?
Grew up a rich kid, and then he wouldn't let us download his music.
You know where Lars lived?
Where?
In a brick.
That's not one of their songs.
It's my time.
Yeah.
Let it all hang out. It's a brick. Let's see. What else can I tell you about this? It doesn't say who the agent is. It boasts oversized windows, hardwood floors, and looks like it was a house in Snow White or something. I don't know. I don't know if I could live in a house like that. It looks kind of... What would you call that architecture?
I think that
With
looks
that
great.
bell-shaped roof line there?
I'd call it Copenhagen-esque.
It looks like a windmill without the windmill.
You wouldn't live in that house? I would love to live in that house.
I don't think so. It's too...
I would absolutely love to live in that house.
Gothic for me or something. I don't even know how to describe that architecture. It's probably Danish architecture.
I would definitely not describe it as Gothic.
Sad.
No, I know it's not Gothic. I use that's a bad term. It doesn't
really
have any
is.
gargoyles on it.
I want you to punish yourself.
I'm going to punish you with more English accents if I can find another English rocker story. Let's see if I can find another one. Here's an Ozzy story. Ozzy is more than honored, his words, by Rock Hall of Fame selection. Now, I am not going to do an Ozzy impression because I do not want to offend our friend Mike McRae by doing a better Ozzy impression than he does.
Okay.
I'm going to let him think that he's the best for now, but Ozzy is very thrilled, and maybe Ozzy will perform. I hope so. I think it would be a big disappointment if we don't get Ozzy on the stage for the ceremony to maybe rock out with Peter Frampton. How good would that be?
I'd like that.
I think that would be cool. Make a supergroup band with Foreigner, Ozzy, and Peter Frampton, an all-Brit supergroup.
That way, out of the three of them, at least the guitar can talk.
I'm going to predict that's going to happen. Some kind of British classic rock supergroup being formed for the Rock Hall of Fame ceremony, wherever it's going to be held this year. Okay, let me go to one more source here and just see if there's anything else. Lenny Kravitz was snubbed. We're all happy about that. Soundgarden. Now, I was fortunate enough to see forget his name now.
Chris Cornell?
Mr. Chris Cornell. Fortunate enough to see him play an acoustic set.
Did I get the name that you're looking for right, and you had it in front of you, and you didn't get it? What's happening right now?
Nothing. I just have
Can
a
I be
picture.
congratulated? Should
just have a picture.
should I be in the Rock God Guessing Hall of Fame?
I will make you my Cub reporter. I will take you under my wing and make you my Cub reporter.
As long as I'm not your Cup reporter, I'm okay with that.
A classic Soundgarden song has charted again. Any guesses why? I think I predicted it.
TikTok?
I think I mentioned this one. No?
Because of the
What's it?
eclipse?
Yeah. Black Hole Sun has charted again because of the eclipse. It was Soundgarden's very first #1 on the rock songs chart back in the day. It also won him a Grammy Award in 1985 for the Best Hard Rock Performance category. The song has streamed 4.2 million times between April 5th and 11th, which is 34% more streams than usual. And it was also 19% up in radio airplay and sold 1,000 downloads during that time. People still buying downloads? I thought everybody was streaming. Huh.
Some people care about the artists and everything.
Who knew? Anyway, Black Hole Sun debuted at #1 on the hard rock songs chart the week of April 20th, making the band's first time to ever place on the chart. So congratulations. Pink Floyd also having a big resurgence during the eclipse. When are we having another eclipse?
We can have one right here in good old Central Texas in 400 years.
Oh, okay.
Stick around, folks.
I plan to be there.
Get your glasses ready.
All right, let's see. That's it. It's time for Rock and Roll News Junior. And Chewy's going to help out on this one. Oh, how the mighty have fallen. But before we get to that, kids, this is for you. The Rock and Roll News Junior for you on the way to the dropout zone. I know it's Tuesday. I know we got a ways to the weekend, but hang in there, all right? You got Uncle Bob supports you. You're going to do good work this week. Just do your homework, mind your parents a little bit, or at least pretend that you're doing that, and make them feel good. And get that full ride scholarship, all right? That's what they really want. So the only way you can do that is be in the top 6% of your class. And then you can get a full ride, or at least get accepted into the University of Texas, which has a very reasonable tuition cost. It'll give your parents a break, and they'll be able to vacation at Saint-Tropez on the French coast,
The Saint-Tropez.
or maybe even Mallorca.
Ooh.
Because you'll give them a big pay raise because you're so smart, and you get a scholarship. All right, but be careful playing football. I don't want you to concuss. Just saying. Be careful out there. All right, now, it brings me, and I know I said this about Lenny Kravitz, but it brings me no great pleasure, kids, to report to you that Taylor Swift is having some backlash this week. Yes, the Dead Poets Society album is out, and many critics are taking their shots. Variety said she needs an editor. Too many songs. Too much information. Chewy, what are you reading? You've been checking out the headlines.
Not only did I hear from my friends' teen daughters that listen and gave it bad reviews and say they weren't fans, and, of that album at least. But then there's been controversy online, specifically about some lyrics about her and her friends pretending to be in the 1800s, but without the slavery or something like that. I don't know. It was very weird. But this is a very important lesson for the children. When the market and the machine invest enough money in you, they're going to wipe all that stuff off the internet very fast, and I could not search and find any of it, even on social media.
They hire, what's the name of that company that cleans up your internet? I see them advertised all the time.
Yeah.
She probably hired some of those people.
Well, I don't think you hire them. I think once Sony and Apple have enough invested there,
I'm going to editorialize and say, in this age of CDs and streaming, where you can have unlimited playtime and release an unlimited number of tracks. Let me go back and tell the kids about, like in the days of the Beatles, You got Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, a classic album. You could only fit so many songs. There can be only so many minutes on a slab of vinyl. You can get about 24 minutes on a side, maybe tops. If you really cram the grooves in, you can get maybe 25 minutes. So you're limited to about, 8, 10 songs, maybe 12 at the. But when you come out with 26, that's just a money grab. You didn't need to put out a double album. You could have picked the 10 best songs and put them on a single album. And if you wanted to make more money, then just do a million color variants.
So I think you got a little cocky with it, I suppose, in the sense
I
of...
did?
No, Taylor.
Yes.
In the sense of, they're going to love whatever
Everything.
I poop out.
Yeah.
And then you did...
No,
you
she wanted to have a
didn't pick
double
the
album
best.
because guess what? You can charge more
Yeah.
for a double.
Yeah. Y'all hyped her up too much. Y'all gassed her up way too much.
I think the most important
That's what
feedback on
happens
any
with
of
ours.
this comes from my teen daughter,
Who said?
whose room is decorated head to toe in some Taylor stuff. Who said about the album, no slaps.
Wow.
Wow. Well, some people are happy about it, and those are the people that have been name-checked. Now, when you're name-checked, that means you show up, your name shows up in the lyrics.
Was it
Patti Smith of the Patti Smith? You remember? Because the night. Remember that song?
To lovers.
You know who wrote that song,
because
Joey?
of the night.
Not you, Matt. Matt knows.
Willie Nelson.
Come on,
Correct.
bro.
Nailed it.
How in the hell did you get hired at Austin's Rock, which is now known as the Rock of Austin? How did you get hired? How do you not know that Bruce Springsteen wrote Because the Night?
We don't play music on the show?
That's one of his best songs.
Pretty good excuse right there.
She
Pretty
changed
good.
a few of the lyrics, but he wrote the song and gave it to her.
She also did a pretty good cover of Gloria.
Gloria.
No.
No.
Oh, God.
No, that's a different Gloria.
Somebody save me.
Damn.
G.
Hey, Alex.
L.
Start my car. I got to get out of here.
Oh.
There was another band.
Gloria.
I think I got your number.
Gloria.
Who was the other band that was name checked? There was one other band that was name checked in there that's having a resurgence, and I've never heard of them before.
The
Let me
1975?
check my other source.
Check it out.
No, he was probably not name checked, but everybody knows half of the song. Oh, The Starting Line. Some punk pop group called The Starting Line was name checked. And they're getting a little bit of a sales boost. So she's doing some good things for artists, I guess. But I'm going to put this in prediction corner.
She also did a cool thing. She name dropped Dogecoin. It took a real pop yesterday.
Oh, did it?
I made that up.
Oh, you made
Just
that
'cause,
up.
when Elon does that,
I don't know. I think I should manage her. I would give her the advice. I would say put out a single album,
I think it's time to retire.
12 tracks most. No more than 12 track. Make them all the good ones. Pick the good ones.
I think your 15 minutes are up.
You think Travis is going to fly the coop?
What? No, why?
Huh?
They're in love. I think that's real.
Listen, if she had so little material for this album, she's going to have to do something
She gotta
drastic
pray
in her
for a
life,
breakup.
right?
Yeah.
What could she call the next album? Chief. Something Chief. Sorrow Chief.
Private jet poet.
Oh, how about Queef Chief?
I like that. Now, Matt,
Yeah?
you know what part of the day this is.
The boring
This is
part?
rock and roll news. All right, you know what? Come on, Alex. Let's go. We're leaving. Alex.
Bob, I was taking an easy shot is all. I was just teasing. Alex, good to see you.
Hey, you're coming with me, right?
He said
Right,
you can
Alex?
hop on. He'll ride you out of here.
All right. I'll
like
ride
a
on
turtle.
Alex's back. All right, it's time for... What? Yeah. All right,
Yeah.
go back to your hovel.
His mom. No one can see those mimings.
That is,
Alex.
but
Go
that
back
is
to
the most athletic I've ever seen Alex become
know.
all of a sudden. That was great,
I've
Alex.
never
Thank
seen
you.
him have that amount of balance.
All right, it's time for the rock and roll news salute, and this one goes out to one of my rock and roll news stringers, Andy Dowdy. I may have given him one before. I'm not sure. I know I mentioned his name before, but he's going to get the official salute. He says, hey, I saw the same thing. Guess what he's talking about?
What?
He said that he was on Congress the other day going to the show, and he thought he saw Sarah Silverman on the marquee, too. So this is a big mystery right now.
No, it's not. The guy's just sucking up to you.
Why? So he can get this?
Yes.
Folks. Well, he knows how the game is
Folks,
played.
can I tell you what just happened? He said, so he can get this, and then Bob pointed about 6 inches away from the actual sound effect button and waited for me to hit it.
I can't be bothered. It's not in my contract to press buttons. Sing us out,
Can I
Chuy.
give another shout?
Yeah.
This one's going to go out to Mateo Woodward.
Oh, yeah, I forgot.
De La
All right.
Sancha.
All right. Go ahead.
He's in the
give him his
dropout
props.
zone right now,
Okay.
and he loves the rock and roll news.
He's a boxer, isn't he?
It's going out to you, little guy. Remember,
Golden gloves.
if you want to open them up, use that feint, utilize the feint, and always work that jab.
Work the body, and then when they drop their hands, boom.
Yeah,
Right in the kisser.
right in the kisser.
Right?
Also, when you're facing your opponent, go, oh my God, a bear. And when he turns around, bow, right on the jaw.
Bow.
Right on the jaw.
Oh, and this one. And remember these 3 words. Cut me, Mick.
No, don't
Cut
cut
me,
no.
Mick.
Did you just reference a 50-year-old movie for an 8-year-old kid?
That's a movie called Rocky.
He's fighting in the Texas Junior
All right.
Olympics May
Now-
3rd. Good luck, buddy.
Yeah, good luck. You got this.
I wish I was in there in your
What's
corner.
his name again?
Mateo.
Mateo. You got this. All right, sing us out, Chewy.
All right.
I got to go. Alex and I are going to go to Denny's and get the moons over my hammy.
Oh, give me a grand slam.
You want one?
Yeah.
All right, well, come along.
All right.
Matt can do the show. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's rock and roll news for this Tuesday. Sorry about Taylor. Sorry about Lenny Kravitz. They'll be back. They'll make a. There's going to be a comeback.
Yeah.
I'll see you next time on the rock and roll news. Remember, I'm not above you. I'm not below you. I'm right alongside you. I'm right here with you. All right? We'll see you tomorrow.
All right.
Mornings with Matt and Bob are powered by Chewy. Giveaways later this morning. Chewy, do you know, can you pull up what our giveaways are? I believe we have 2 separate giveaways today.
Yes, we do. We got Greta Van Fleet Backstage Pass Experience.
Okay.
Oh, man.
You get to
I wanna
walk
go.
around, see that back part. And I think that might be it right now.
Oh, okay.
So,
Greta Van Fleet backstage experience. Is that one of those where we give away a couple and then we draw the backstage experience later in the week? Or
yes.
will you do a little research on that and find out exactly what it is we got to do there? And that'll come up in the 9 o'clock hour. In the 9 o'clock hours when we do our giveaways. So listen.
Hey,
how come you do the giveaways in the 9 o'clock hour? Because we like to keep you listening longer. Exactly.
called the
We want you
tease.
when you get in the office. We want you to tune in on your radio and listen. That's why.
Tease.
But we're listening right now. It doesn't seem fair. Hey, we make the rules.
Life is not fair.
Thank you very much,
We're
Bob.
training you. This is a training ground for life.
When does old age begin? Chewy, at what age does old age begin? At what
40.
age? At 40?
yeah.
Jesus, you're harsh. Big Al! Big Al! Al's
don't wanna
30. I want to ask him. I do
Okay.
want to ask him.
All right.
Hey, Big Al, will you grab any one of those microphones? And let me just ask you a simple question.
All right.
At what age would you say, okay, you're now old age at what age? Starting at what age?
60? I don't know.
60. Okay. Thank you.
So you're
That's-
halfway there.
That's from the 2 youngest people in the room say 60 or 40 is where Chewy says old age begins.
I guess I'm only thinking like in dating terms. Old, I mean, you can probably be like 50, 55, 60.
But there's an
and still
age
be-
where your body starts going the other direction, and it's earlier than people think. Like you're at your prime
like 28. Or
in your there's some weird age where you're starting to deconstruct.
I'm feeling
Over
it.
the years, we have started pushing old age back as far as what people think. You can ask people that were born in 1935, and they see it different. Right now, currently, when you ask people in their mid-60s, when does old age begin? People in their mid-60s currently say old age begins at 75. That's where they believe old age begins, is at 75.
It depends on who you ask, I guess.
It used to be 65 was the hard number that people gave. Now it's it has slowly eked its way back over the years. Our perception can actually have real impacts on health and well-being. Previous studies have shown that people who believe old age starts later tend to have better self-rated health and lower risks of heart disease and other illness. basically where you perceive the onset of old age is where you might start allowing yourself to age. Bob, where do you believe old age begins? What age would you say old age begins?
50, probably.
50? I'd say 70. You think, think a 50-year-old is old?
What is old to you?
I mean,
Like,
your
what are
body is not. You can't do at 50 what you could do at 30.
Yeah,
But at 30, you could do what you did at 20, somewhat.
But you think of think of gray hair, canes.
Like your eye. When is your eyesight?
Needing someone needed to hold your elbow when you step off of it. You think that happens around 50?
I think your eyesight starts leaving you around 40.
I don't think anyone
For most
has to
people.
get old. I mean,
That's when you need reader. Like you get your first pair of readers around 40. So that's your sign that you're going the opposite
I
direction.
know some 50-year-olds that are old as hell, and then I know some 50-year-olds
Right. It's
that
how
are
you
like
present yourself.
young,
Yeah.
like as young as I am.
Right.
So I
Thank
mean,
you.
I don't know.
Thank you
It's
for that,
completely-
Chewy.
Yeah,
You were looking right at me when you said that.
I was.
There's different degrees and different conditions that lead to it. Like I guess think of a banana.
This, by the way, this is
You know what? I think of bananas all the time.
this is Big Al, our intern. Okay, think of a banana. Okay, I'm thinking of a banana.
Thinking of banana.
Okay, like it'll start out. It'll be like the greenness. There'll be the green spots, and then they let it go for a bit. And like okay, now it's all yellow, but like so. And like okay, and then now it's getting more and more brown spots. But you want to get it like I don't know. It depends, and it also can depend on like the light you keep the banana in. And it's the same.
What kind of light do you keep your banana in, Al?
I don't know. Just like
Do you have brown spots on your banana?
You're thinking of something else. I can tell.
Oh, he's on to me, ladies and gentlemen. He's on to us.
I'm talking literally about a banana. Come on.
So are we.
But that's a
But I'm
metaphor
using
for
it as
life.
a metaphor for people, not one part of a person.
But here's the difference between bananas and people. In aging, we have a lot of anti-aging techniques, I guess, now, and products that will help us look young. There's some, just go pull up a picture of Selma Hayek right now.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, that banana isn't,
Well, if you took a banana to an injectorist once every couple of months, the banana would look a lot better.
and just put whatever you need to put in there.
I'm telling you right now, the true miracle workers of the modern age are the injectorists out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you used to have to go under the scalpel to do
Now it's just a little
facelifts and all
baby
that
shot.
stuff. And now everybody has their own secret injectorist. We know your secrets, ladies.
You just
We're
need a
on to
little
you. We know
filler.
what's happening.
Don't let it go too far.
Oh,
Just a little-
sometimes some people go a little too far with a filler, don't
Oh,
they?
they get
Filler.
those Joker lips.
Maybe a little collagen. Ain't nothing wrong with some.
But see, to me, that's the good injectorist is the one that convinces you, hey, look, this looks good and natural. People aren't going to know.
Bro,
Sure.
feel pretty. Be pretty.
The bad
Nothing wrong with
injectorists are the ones that go, hey, this is going to subside, and so you don't want to have to come back too often, so let me extra plump you right now.
Once you got to go to sleep and go under the knife, I don't think it's.
You go Joan Rivers. Yeah, that's not good.
No.
That's not good.
Anyway, I thought it was interesting that because Bob, when do you said
I don't think
50.
it's for us to decide. It's for the universe to decide.
I guess, but I find it odd that you feel like old age begins at 50.
Yeah. I think it does.
Hey, let's ask one of them themselves, okay? Is that okay?
Oh, no.
Good morning.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Sal. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
But I don't think a person is old until they're, in a wheelchair or a walker or an oxygen tank.
You just got to keep moving that goalpost.
2 out of 3
every
ain't
age.
bad, right?
Say again?
Nothing.
I think the goalpost moves up because I would have said 35, and then now that I'm 35, I'm like, it's 40.
You would have said old age begins at 35.
I don't know. People that are in their young 20s don't have the perspective. They don't have.
I agree.
So it's
I agree.
that is just like a 15-year-old is like, you're 25. Damn, you're old. That's just how it is.
Okay.
You're always going to be old to the young.
I'll be 70 years old this coming summer.
Oh. Yeah. And your baby will be 1. That is quite the
Fine
Pablo
achievement.
Picasso move right there.
No, she'll be 3 years old. Anyway, It's just a label. I'm still, making money and getting laid. That's all that counts. So
Very good.
That is
Good morning.
And how's your banana? How would you describe your banana? Spotted,
brown spots,
soft spots. Couple of fruit flies flying around that thing.
Good morning.
You can always make banana bread, Dan.
Is it too mushy?
Go ahead. Pile on, Alex.
Yeah.
Hey, this man gave you a bunch of money, bro. You should be
thank you
nice.
very much.
Hey, where'd that money go? You deposit it?
I still have some of it, but it's...
You didn't buy Hot Wheels, did you? With it?
No. He bought like those gaming models that you paint.
No.
Yeah.
Living expenses take it after a bit. I don't know. I try to help my family out.
Oh, okay.
Oh, nice.
All right. Hey.
Everything
What a little
up.
bitch.
Yeah.
You should have spent that on
No.
cocaine and hookers, my man.
Yeah, that's what Dan would have done.
Yeah.
That'll be blowing off like one cocaine and one hooker.
Okay.
Yeah.
There
you go.
That should suffice.
Guess what? Now there've been one more cocaine and one more hooker than you had before,
Yeah,
right?
get you through the
Why did I say
night?
one cocaine.
We knew what you meant. It's okay. You probably said one cocaine because you're not very good with the cocaine.
One bag. I don't know.
Bag?
Una
Wow.
Paloma
Small.
Big
Blanc.
old fat
Wow,
sack.
you're getting a big old...
Fat sack
All
to go
right,
with that
Santa
banana.
Claus.
Just a little Ziploc.
Get your bag of snow.
Okay, Dan. Thank you for
Dan.
calling.
So no one gets to be old. No one has to be old. Then is that what you're saying, Dan?
Yeah, Dan doesn't consider himself to be older, right, Dan?
no, you're young as you feel. That's really true.
All
All
right.
right, I'm gonna have to feel you
Anyway.
and see how you feel.
Good morning.
All right.
Go Biden. Go Biden.
Goodbye. All right.
I like Dan.
Yeah, he's good.
Yeah, if he gave me a bunch of money, boy, I'd be giving him some good reviews too.
Oh, 500 would be really good right now. It would have been nothing for him to pass out $400 or $500.
That would have been
checks.
absolutely
Hey, everybody.
Yeah, I just I don't want you guys to be offended.
Yeah, but, we wouldn't all want to have to do the same thing. Alex had to do one of these for him. You know what I mean? Alex had to earn
reverse
it.
thing.
Yeah, he had paid. It was $1 a stroke. He owed him 500. 500 strokes.
Doesn't he have enough?
You can never have enough.
You can never have enough strokes, Al. Bob, can you do me a favor?
Yeah.
Can you tell us about your friends over at QC
Oh, my
Kinetics? And
goodness.
then we'll get to the Austin area headlines, and we'll find out how is Austin's crime rate doing.
Oh.
All right.
Lean in now for some thick headline.
Crime in Austin is down through the first part of 2024. Levels lower than the same period of any year since 2020. We saw big crime spikes during COVID that have had a lasting tail. They are down, but I got a bone to pick with the Austin American-Statesman. Okay, here's the chart that the Austin American-Statesman printed up to let us know that crime is down. Crime looks down significantly when I look at that chart, doesn't it? I mean, just very quick look. Just a yes or no. I'm not asking you to inspect it. I'm asking you for a brief...
Okay, so there's a line going down, yeah, but I don't see anything represented on the y-axis or x-axis. I don't know what's going on.
Well, you can click on
there
it. You
we
can
go.
see auto
Okay.
thefts, burglaries. Here's the problem. Look at the bottom of the chart.
Hey, it's backwards.
Oh.
It's backward. Nobody prints a chart. This is 2020 over here.
Well, no, then everything's gone up.
Then, auto thefts have spiked tremendously. Now, burglary is down from last year. Aggravated assault is down from last year.
Oh.
Robbery is down from last year. Rape down from last year. Homicides down from last year. Everything else has gone down. The one thing that is really creeping up there, auto thefts have doubled, more than doubled over the last 4
That's like
years.
a 30...
that just says we got nice cars in this town.
Well, no, actually, they're saying that a lot of the theft is trending up because of social media.
The Kia boys?
There are people on social media showing you how to rip cars easier, how to get into them, how to move them, the Kia boys and
Now,
what
does
have you.
Auto theft mean the whole car, or is this part of the catalytic converter?
Well, I think that would be
too?
burglary. And I think
Well, you're
that,
thinking, though, but you don't know for sure.
I would think that auto theft, well, you're right. I don't know for sure. Correct. Thank you. Is that what this is
No,
about?
I'm just saying. I don't know. I'm thinking catalytic converter theft is. I think if you
I would never ask you questions or make you look bad during rock and roll news.
Sorry,
I'm
man.
only there to fully support you 100%.
I'm pretty sure that you've come at me.
That
during
is
rock and roll
not Bob. I am 100% supportive.
By the way,
of rock and
that's
roll
not
news.
me. That's a character.
Okay,
That's Rock's last great reporter.
Oh, that's
So
right.
auto theft almost doubled.
Yeah.
Or
No,
over
more
doubled.
than double. Yeah.
I'm going to look it up. I'm going to look if
You should. I guess this is a great opportunity to let you know that you should lock your car. You should not do what other people have done recently. Like I know that earlier in the week, in fact, on 420, a friend of mine, whose name I won't mention, but is one of the hardest working guys in show business, and is known as a bit of a stoner character, turned to me while he was on stage at a live show and said, I think I left my keys in my car. Oh, no. It was
we were at the Chili
We were at
Parlor.
the Chili Parlor. That's where it was. A very stoned and high Chewy turned to me and goes, I left my keys in my car.
Pardon me.
And he had to get up from dinner and go out to his car, and he came back and goes, yeah, that's where they were, in the car.
That was a close one. But I think what keeps the thefts from my car is the sagging bumper. My car needs a good clean out if y'all want to rob it. I don't know what junk is back there. Take it.
Just go after it.
Yeah.
Hey, home flips are plummeting here in the Austin area, which, if you're looking to become a first-time homeowner, is actually great news. There are more and more people the official real estate term is taking it in the ass. As they try to flip, they are coming out with loans. They are trying to, take a home, fix it up, put it back on the market. But it's gotten a little stingier. The buyers have gotten stingier. Rates have gone up. So a lot of people are clamping down on that. And flips are down. In fact, they're down to a rate that we haven't seen in...
As long as Blackstone takes a hit.
It's been about since just prior to 2020 since we've seen this, and which is nice. I say nice. If you're in that business, I guess it's not good for you. But for a lot of people out there, let's see, Austin, by the Met, Austin, people are taking on average, renovated homes, $18,000 loss. Dallas, $14,000 profit. San Antonio profit. Houston profit.
Hell yeah.
With the weakest home flip returns in the country among larger populations, Austin's has the biggest downside. That means that a lot of the big investors that are from outside of Austin will probably leave Austin alone for a little bit.
Let's keep those car thefts up.
And that we could see a leveling out then of home prices in the area. So good news for people who may be finally trying to buy a house. In kind of weird news, I mean, I guess I understand it, but on Monday, a new ordinance went into effect, and citizens could no longer listen to Austin police scanners.
I don't like this.
You can buy a police scanner. You can't listen to the cops talking anymore.
Is this not... what's the word I'm looking for here? I don't know. Don't we have a right to know what's going on?
That is,
and look, I understand,
probably for the courts to decide, because I have a feeling someone will end up taking this to court. There are hobbyists who just like listening to the police scanner, which I've never understood. Then there are people that are reporters for the television stations, and they use the scanners to kind of get a lead so they can get to a lot of these crime scenes and cover the stories, right? If it bleeds, it leads. But a lot of people in law enforcement are saying, hey, we don't need people listening to scanners and knowing when and where we're going to show up, especially if you're a criminal. You can listen to the scanner and you can know that we're outside your door. And they say that they don't want that. Other people are saying we use the scanners to keep the police accountable because we're listening to what they're saying. I'm just bringing you the news. I'm not going to have to bring you the opinion. I'll bring that in another segment. But the city now joins other major cities like Fort Worth, Denver, San Francisco, and New York making this change, saying in order to keep first responders safe, in order to help first responders keep everyone safe, we have to eliminate the public's access to the police scanners. So they're going to be using crypted code now, and the scanners that you have bought from Radio Shack doesn't exist anymore.
We can't hear if there's a fire. We can't hear if there's an active shooter. We can't hear if there's nothing.
Multiple people asked about the story, said, we're not concerned about the lack of privacy. They say you'll have access to that information after the fact when we do press conferences. You can get the information then.
Okay, but it's okay for us to be sitting ducks then, I guess.
I don't know. I think we should follow suit and limit access to this show.
I like it. We will begin broadcasting an encrypted stream of the show, and unless you have the code, you won't. Take that, Austin. Booyakasha.
Booyah.
How's that feel, Austin? Oh, maybe we shouldn't do that, actually.
No, I don't think so. I don't think it's bad.
Finally, a list is out. The 25 best restaurants in Austin right now have been listed by a small upstart magazine called the New York Times. I'm sorry, the Lying New York Times.
Did somebody really come down here and try all the restaurants?
Priya Krishna and Brett Anderson came down from the New York Times, and I think they probably had a pretty good time while they were here. As always, we pay for all of our meals and don't accept free items. They apparently came down here for a while, and they ate at a lot of different restaurants.
Let's hear I wanted to see the list.
You want to see the list? You want me to name a couple of highlights?
Yeah, at least the top 10. I don't have a New York Times subscription.
They do not list them in any kind of order. They just say these are the 25. If you're going to Austin on vacation, here are the restaurants you should hit. Now, of course, the first one that gets listed, that always gets listed, and it makes me angrier and angrier every time I see it because this neighborhood has now gotten very hip, but only after I sold my house there. Could have made more money. But Birdie's is always there. They're always saying it is the place to go. I've never eaten there. It was a Taco Mex when I lived in the neighborhood. Okay. And continues to get high ratings on 12th Street. Kanye, which you might remember. I took
there our last show dinner, yeah.
I agree with that. I've been there since.
Comadre Panaderia, which is in East Austin. It's a bakery. And I've never been to Comadre, and I don't know how long it's been. It's on Cedar, which I know where that is, but I never went there, and I don't know if it's newer.
Have I been?
But I mean, I'm looking at it. It's got the conchas and all the stuff that you expect to get at a good Mexican bakery.
I think maybe it used to be down south. I don't know.
Cuantos Tacos is in that list.
Okay.
Due, which I think is a top-tier restaurant, and I'm always shocked when it misses a list because I don't know that anybody else is doing what they're doing. Didi's Thai Food, which I've had. They've moved down south now, but they're incredible. But then there's lots of stuff in here that you like. Discata, I've heard you mention.
I love Discata, yeah. Garrison needs to be on there for sure.
Garrison did not make the list.
Then I don't try. I don't know if I trust that.
Do you want to ask me about any other restaurants, and I'll let you know if they made the list or not?
Well, you said Kanye, Garrison, I don't know.
Your favorite, Interstellar, made it?
Oh, but they're going barbecue, too. I'm just trying to think of restaurant, yeah.
Wait, a barbecue restaurant is not a restaurant?
Well, I wouldn't expect New York people to come, Yankees to come down here.
They want table service, not counter service.
That's what I would think.
Well, I just mentioned Discata and Cuantos Tacos. Those are both trailers.
They're sit down, though. All right. Interstellar, I agree with.
Interstellar's on there.
Leroy and Lewis
made the list.
Okay.
Joe's Bakery made the list.
El Dorado should be there.
Franklin Barbecue made the list. Nickelthwaite made the list. El Dorado sadly did not make the list.
I ain't trusting it.
Yeah, I wouldn't trust it either. Also on the list, the last thing I'll mention before we move on is a place that I took Chuy before it started getting on all the lists. I took him and I said, dude, I know a secret on the east side that people aren't talking about. I'm going to take you for a pastrami sandwich that's going to kind of blow your mind. And it now is making all the list, and that's Mum Foods.
Do they sell corned beef on its own? Can I get some corned beef?
It's corned.
Corned beef?
Yeah, it's not corned beef. It's corned beef. Because it's been corned.
It's been corned.
Okay.
Quarantined.
I'd like a pound of that. I want to make some corned beef hash.
Okay. I'm sure they have. Well, why wouldn't you make corned beef hash with pastrami?
Because corned beef hash is with corned beef.
Yeah, but pastrami beef is way much better corned hash.
It's not tradition. No one says give me pastrami.
It's so much better, dude. So much better. Got all that smokiness and pepperiness.
I'll do both.
All right, you do both. You do both. That is today. Those are today's Austin area headlines, ladies and gentlemen. Austin area headlines. And I hope you enjoyed them. Remember, we do have giveaways coming up in the 9 o'clock hour if you want to go see Greta Van Fleet and have an opportunity, my friends, to get into the backstage, what they're calling the backstage experience. Mm-hmm. I don't know what that means, but they're saying, hey, it's the backstage experience. I've never seen anybody put experience on there. But if you want to make sure that you're listening. Hey, who's the top show in the city right now? It's us, and it's big thanks to you out there, the listener. We're Mornings with Matt and Bob. We're powered by Chuy. Follow along on Instagram, Matt and Bob FM. That's Matt and Bob FM. Plenty more show till after 10, actually. So, guys, I want to propose a money-making. You know, everybody talks about side hustles now, right? If you go on Instagram, every third suggested for you thing is a 20-year-old kid telling me how he made $80,000 in just 2 days, right?
Right.
You got to have a side hustle. You got to make that extra money.
If you're going to live in this town, you're going to need it.
And that's a big part of it, is that the town has gotten more expensive over the years. I think, look, let's be fair. Every city in America has gotten more expensive over the years. This is not exclusive to Austin, but Austin has certainly seen a very quick climb. A lot of us used to pay $250 a month for rent, and now it's $1,700.
And that included free cable.
Well, I never had free cable.
Oh, what? You never had free cable?
I got here after the free cable days.
Oh, man.
You got to have the side hustle. Now, my wife was watching this morning. I overheard it.
She has a side hustle, I noticed.
Yes.
She's a tutor.
Oh, tutoring with Miss Kara, by the way.
You should plug that more often.
I probably should. It's the end of the school year. If you have kids who need some help with math.
I'm thinking of taking lessons from her.
Star test, end of the year. I will. This sounds like a plug. Well, it is. But she's an excellent math teacher.
You should plug that.
Here's
providing a service.
Here's how I'll explain it to you. She got called into her office one year. She was teaching. I think it was her second year of teaching. They called her in and said, we have to discipline you. You're not taking attendance. This kid who is truant, he's missed over 6 weeks of school, but you've marked him present.
That's on.
And she was like, well, he's been there every day. And they're like, no, he's not. He's been truant for 6 weeks. They pulled him in and he said, oh, I skip school every day, but I come and I sneak back into school to go to Miss Kara's math class.
Nice.
Yeah.
You better watch out for that, dude.
I'd solve
He's
for
playing the long game, that kid.
I'd solve for that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Well, no, he just said, well, she makes, I like her class. She makes school fun.
He's just trying to see that hypotenuse.
Where was she Saturday? My wife wanted to know.
She was dealing with the kids. There was a thing going on.
I brought my kids.
Okay. I guess you're cooler than me?
Well, they're of legal age.
Yeah. I don't think my 11-year-old wanted to watch the show.
She would have learned how to roll a joint.
So, so one of the scams, I shouldn't use the word scam. I shouldn't use that. There are a lot of people learning how to monetize people's, like, anger. Right?
Well, yeah.
Their perceived victimization. How about that?
Right.
A lot of people. There's a new thing in America. Well, no, I'm not going to make this just about the right. I see this on the left every day. Let's be very fair, okay? There are people that perceive themselves as victims. Are you going to say which
products? Yeah, I'm curious.
Which products? What
could be marketed to that political side?
Like
consumerism,
anything that supposedly is protecting the environment.
Like a lot of people right now, I don't even know if this falls into what you're talking about, but a lot of people are trying to buy for that bridge thing that happened.
Yeah.
Now people are looking for window breaking.
Oh, devices.
Yeah.
And seatbelt cutting devices. I hadn't heard people talk about that in years.
People need to become a little more self-aware too, because I was talking about this with somebody else the other day. And they were like, yeah, the right is crazy. And I'm like, well, why? How about this? The polar edges are crazy. You got to be fair. But there were people that were en masse buying metal straws to protect turtles. Is that not a thing that was being marketed to the left? That
now you get bamboo straws.
We have zero proof that that's helping anybody or anything.
There's extremes. I'm liberal and I hate paper straws and metal straws.
Paper straws quit too easy.
Give me the plastic.
Can I be honest with you? Any straw I hate, and you should never use a straw.
I love
What are you
it.
talking about? Well, women
I hate
should never
straws.
because it gives you lines.
I just think straws are
Too much
weird.
sucking.
Don't tell them that.
Well, you get lines.
Anyway,
On little straws.
when I was listening to this morning, I thought this was an Onion ad that was making fun of people
didn't
on
think
the
it
right.
was real, yeah.
I thought it was making fun of people on the right.
I want to hear it.
I'm going to play it for you, and then you tell me whether it's an Onion ad or real, okay? And then we're going to talk about our side hustle and what we need to create. Because
Okay.
I think
I think there's money to be made, yeah.
I think there's money to be made, and I
Yeah.
think we're leaving a lot of it on the table.
I don't want to do that.
Let's see if this will play for me real quick here.
America's been drinking beer from a company that doesn't even know which restroom to use. That's why I created Conservative Dad's Ultra Right 100% woke-free beer. As conservatives, we're constantly getting hit in the face, left and right, by the woke mind virus. But the last place we want it is in our beer. If you know which bathroom to use, you know what beer you should be drinking. Stop giving money to woke corporations that hate our values.
And he's going to hit a Bud Light can.
And to the rest of you woke corporations, stay the away from our kids.
That guy
So-
definitely takes it.
They're not selling.
They're selling, it's called Conservative Dad's
But why
Ultra Right beer.
Why wasn't the beer in the spot?
Why didn't you ever see a picture of the beer?
Yeah.
Is it
now-
really about the beer, though? Is any
Bob-
product that they're going to buy about the beer?
Bob's going to do that
Or
thing where he's
product.
going to use his GSDM brain and go, well, this isn't a good ad because they didn't show the product. I agree with you. I mean, I don't think that they're going after, I mean,
It's just like
And
media. You're selling a
what-
product.
this
and
whole
it's fear,
site
patriotism.
is selling.
What was that walk that guy was doing? How do you characterize that?
But wait, I don't want to go too far.
Swagger.
I don't want to go
Okay.
too far down into just
All right,
crushing this
that
because I
model,
want
that
us to find.
spokesperson bothers me.
Well, that's the guy that owns the company. He sells Real Women of America calendar, the Ultra Right T-shirt, the
What else?
Ultra Right hat, an Ultra Right towel. He's got a shirt on. He's got bathing suits. He sells.
Hell yeah.
He's got aprons. He's a
$320?
yeah. He's
what was that
merchandise.
shirt?
He's got merchandise. He's got merchandise.
Is
he
there
sells. A
actual-
Oh, that's
bikini.
$32.
Is there an actual beer, or is it a
Supposedly,
concept of a beer?
you can order the beer. It says we do not ship beer to the following states: Alaska, Arkansas, Delaware, Georgia, Illinois, Hawaii, Mississippi, Minnesota, New Hampshire, Rhode Island, and
Liberal
Utah.
state.
And what are we getting? A 6-pack or what?
A 6-pack, yeah.
This
You
is
wouldn't
genius.
drink it. It's got to be. It's
This is
I
gotta
did
be
genius.
not. I
swill.
did not mean to send you guys down this. I just brought
you're
this
sending
up.
me.
I just brought this up because I was like, look, he's got a site going. He's making money. He's selling $35 for a hat. That's a pretty good price
This is
going.
genius.
And instead of selling something that just says on it "Mornings with Matt and Bob," right?
Yeah.
Because then all you can sell that to is fans.
Right.
You have to tell people they're victims of something, and I'll solve your problem of being a victim by making you a strong hero.
But
Right.
where are our suckers? You know? Where are we
Well, that's
gonna-
what I wanted to bring up. We have to tell people in Austin, what is the thing? Where are people in Austin feeling victimized? Like that they can't get a parking space?
They're taking our guns away.
Well, they're not taking anybody's
See,
gun.
I
Oh,
thought-
that's
I
what
thought
you
about
say.
this the other day, but then it wouldn't appeal to everybody, but just a group. We were talking yesterday about restaurants, and I was like, there should be a place where if you
All right.
make 6 figures, you're not allowed.
All
in.
right. How about this?
Oh, so just
And call it Figure 5, and it's a place where you come, but we're making weenies and eggs, hot dogs, cheap stuff, and there's stuff that's like $2-3, delicious,
Wait, you're going food?
and only for middle
well,
class.
of course he's going food. Look at who he is.
See, I
Bob.
would say we lean into the locals only thing, but we've
Right.
cast a big tent. Our numbers are probably good because of the influx of new people. So we can't go with the locals only kind of.
But there's probably
remember the old back in the day, back in the 70s, we used to have an express. I used to see bumper stickers all the time on pickup trucks that had gun racks that said "Put a Yankee on a bus."
we put him on a bus. to send
Put
him
a
home.
Yankee
Put
on a
Yankee on a
bus.
bus.
Remember that?
Yeah.
Remember we had gun rack? How about bringing back the gun racks?
Okay. Explain it.
I don't know.
You just wanted to say it out loud.
Yeah.
I'm looking for where do Austinites feel like victims? Like San Antonio's easy. San Antonio feels like victims because they go, hey, how come nobody in the state gives us any respect? Right? San Antonio loves to be like, we don't have any respect.
Yeah, they dug their own.
And we could play that pretty easy. I'm asking, where do Austinites feel like, because we either play up you have to play up the victimization.
Remember the movie
and that's
Mr.
how you
Mom?
make the money.
Do you remember the movie
Michael
Mr.
Keaton?
Mom?
Yeah, of course I
Michael
do.
Keaton, right?
Yeah, 120, 121,
Now,
whatever it
there's
takes.
Similar thing. Here we complain about our high living prices, right?
Okay.
In the movie Mr. Mom, where Terry Garr was on the ad agency for Schooner Tuna.
They talked about the high prices of living.
And the high prices of tuna. And we said, we're going to go back, we're going to go back to our regular prices or whatever.
Okay.
Like, let's, at Schooner Tuna, we understand, and that's why we're going to go back to our, what if we lead the charge for lower prices across the board? Rent, food.
How am I
We
selling?
have a real dollar menu.
How am I selling a T-shirt for that, guys? We don't have a dollar menu.
$1 T-shirt.
Are you guys? I feel like there's a little section where you guys are not hearing the core of what I'm
you
trying
don't
to
have
pitch
to
to
make
you
it
guys.
political. I mean, isn't the biggest complaint about Austin the living expense to be here?
So what are we selling then?
Cheap stuff.
We got to sell
We can't do anything about your rent, people.
Because I've thought about putting out some shirts like the Eat the Rich shirts that got real popular in New York.
Right.
I wanted a shirt that said, buy local, steal corporate. And maybe they're two different shades, and one of them is like the...
Let them eat cake.
Because I think that would sell well here with the attitude of Austin.
Should we go on an angle of saying, hey, your roommate spends his parents' money every month on Spotify, but you don't have $19.99 for Spotify radio. We're still free.
Radio.
But now we're just advertising, and that's not what we want to do here.
This guy's advertising?
I know, but he's scaring people.
So I
he's
think-
saying that the woke
but
mind
fear
virus
sells.
he's saying the woke mind virus is coming for you.
So this is a great crowd to play this to. This guy's genius. Perfect
He's
market.
not selling anything.
If you can sell
He's selling
something
lots
to
of.
the
I
Swifties.
bet this guy is making good money off of this site.
Maybe the
I bet he's
calendar,
making really
maybe
good
the-
money
the
off of this
bikini
site.
calendar, but
If you could sell something to the Swifties, I'd recommend doing that because it's all undying
The Swifties.
allegiance to an idol, right?
Right. There was the look. I'm going to upset some of our listeners, but there was the protest against South by Southwest because one of their advertisers was the U.S. Army, and a lot of people said we're not going to go to any South by events because we're going to protest the fact that the Army is doing speeches at South by Southwest, which does nothing. It literally did nothing other than what? Because if you're mad at the Army, how
Never even heard of it. Yeah.
you can't. That's not going to make the Army go away. The Army already gave their money to South by, right? And the Army is omnipresent in this country.
by the way, the Army recruiters are always in the environment where there are young people that are desperate.
Yes. It was a really silly protest.
It is their market.
Yes. If you wanted to protest something, that's not the way to go about it.
Right.
To say, well, we're not going to play at your event because the Army's there. Because literally the Army is everywhere. If you're inside of this country, it's because you're under the blanket of the Army, right?
Right. And you have the freedoms that you have to some degree because of the Army.
And that's not me taking a political stance. That's a stance of logic and reasoning.
Right.
I think the market where they're, number one, is a lot of money. Number two, that is here, are all the newcomers coming to Austin. They have too much money. An absurd, stupid money. It's ridiculous. You shouldn't have that much. But what they are missing is, I think some of them might feel a little ostracized from some of the local spots.
So they're saying we feel okay. Now now we're getting to victimhood, and that's what we need to do. We need to turn them into victims if we're going to make the good money.
So either you play the victim role, make some merchandise about them. Hey, I'm new, but still for Austin somehow. We'll come up with some good phrasing or something fun. Or we have a product that we sell that says it makes you an Austinite. Just like these things make you a patriot.
Oh, right.
So we sell shirts or we sell these other things, maybe a bunch of localized different shirts of businesses that used to be here.
Oh.
And things like that.
Oh, we get It's a bumper sticker that already is kind of stained, so it looks old.
Yeah.
And it's a bumper sticker that says Aquafest.
Oh, yeah.
And we say, are regular Austinites calling you out in traffic? Hey, you California, hey! And you worked hard to move to Austin.
What if we go beyond apparel and patchouli, underarm
I don't
deodorant
want people
or
smelling
something?
like that.
Why do you want people smelling like
I
patchouli?
don't want more of
we
that.
already have
Did you
enough
walk
patchouli
the drag
here,
in the
dude.
70s like I did?
No, we
and
weren't
there's a
alive.
reason.
Oh,
but-
my God. The smell of patchouli and street egg rolls.
We don't want more of that.
Combining.
In fact, patchouli
we
is
should
poison.
make that into an.
Don't do it anymore.
But I also think we should double dip. If we're going to make the new Austinites feel like victims, I think we need to make the old Austinites feel like victims too. And we need to play up their victimization, right?
Can we do Tony Robbins style auditorium classes for the new people?
Of course we
Moving it,
can.
we get Turk Pipkin.
Of course we can.
$200 a person.
And then the merchandise is on the way. Exit through the gift shop. You know what I mean? Right. And we go become an Austinite in one weekend.
Austin
No one will
Charm
ever
School.
be able to question. Once you go through our training, you will know the things to say, the things to wear, and the places to go.
Be cultured. Get cultured.
Just in 3 days. We start on a Friday afternoon. You have you out by Thursday we'll be at the Red Lion, or where I don't even know if the Red Lion exists.
And we will have plates from Staples, Austin Staples.
Yes.
Come in and you're going to
bringing
try
food
them.
back into it again.
Okay, well, I mean,
Everything everything is an excuse for him to try to get some free taste.
Part of the scene.
He doesn't even want to think with a real working.
I'll get Turk to be a lecturer. Who else can give a TED talk?
About Austin?
Yeah, we're going to need 3 days of events if we're going to make some money.
Danny Crooks, remember?
Get Danny. How to act at a concert.
Who else?
We'll find them.
Yeah.
But I think a 3-day convention for new people that come in. We'll have some fun. We'll have some stand-up.
Yeah, absolutely.
Get some of your stand-up friends,
Yeah.
Matt, that do some, Austin kind of
Do you
style
want my
stand-up.
stand-up friends to arrive holding food? Is that what we need? Do they need to
that's-
show up with food?
I mean,
Yeah.
we can do one
We
TED
got
talk
to really
about food.
sell this thing, okay?
One TED talk about food.
And we're going to pass around one.
We
enchilada.
will sell hot dog. We will get a cut at concessions. Though.
Okay. I'm
We'll
feeling
make
better
it a
about
lock-in so that people
I think
can't
over
leave.
the next week or so, we need to really figure out some products we can sell and how do we victimize
Instant Austin.
our own communities. Look, I know some of you people out there are going to be jaded and you're going to say, hey, maybe your job shouldn't be to victimize us. And I say, you know what? If we were a better show, we wouldn't. But now we're desperate for money. And we've realized that the way to get wealthy in this country is to make sure that we tell you that you're a victim.
Right.
And that people are coming after you.
You're a victim. You don't
came
have
any happiness
looking
in
for
life.
a better life.
You're
from
a victim.
California, and people are victimizing you, and they're honking at you because you didn't get your Texas plates yet. Ooh, maybe that's it.
It's just a sticker that goes over the California part and says Texas.
Yeah, some kind of cover plate.
100%.
Temporary. I mean, you might get busted, but you probably won't because there's no police anymore.
Tired of being called out for your West Coast politics?
Yeah.
Buy our sticker of a gun. Put it on the back of your car.
There you go.
And instantly become a Butyrite. Mm-hmm. Maybe that's it. But we sell the sticker for $32.
And 95 cents.
Oh, yeah. Get the 95 cents. Plus $12 shipping and handling.
It's got to be like, you got to get a card after it that they can present to.
Oh,
other
but
people.
wait, this isn't working because we're convincing people to look like other people. And remember, like this guy here is saying we want to stand out for who we are.
Oh.
So maybe we need to go back to the drawing board on this. I'm not saying any of these, there are no bad ideas except for all the ones we've had so far. But I think that we just need to keep working on this throughout the next couple of weeks.
We'll workshop it.
Come up with what our, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're going to do
I'm
this.
feeling rich.
I'm already feeling rich. I can't even.
I'm spending money
I'm going to
today.
go get something out of the vending machine right now.
Damn, all right.
Is it going to be food? Because Chewy would like a bite.
Mornings with Matt and Bob presents Nods to the Odd.
I have had
Come
it
on.
with these Monday to Friday snakes on this monkey fighting plane.
Oh, no.
Medical experts in Australia are pleading with Australians, stop bringing snakes to the hospital. Please. No more snakes in the hospital.
Why are they doing that?
Dr. Adam Michael, he's the director of emergency medicine at the Bundaberg Hospital in Queensland, said snakebite victims are repeatedly coming to his hospital carrying highly venomous snakes. Please stop bringing the snakes to the hospital. They're getting bit, and the belief is, well, if I bring the snake in, they can milk the snake to create an anti-venom. And they're saying, that's not how we do it. It's not how we do it, everybody.
I have to milk it?
How do you know if the snake's rabid or not?
I got a snake you can milk. We want people to be able to get seen and assessed quickly, and having a live snake in the ER slows up that process, they said, in a very calm voice.
I think it's great for the kids that are waiting for their well check.
Dr. Jeff Ibster, a clinical toxicology researcher at the University of Newcastle, said he's heard of several cases now where snakebite victims are bringing the snake with them when sneaking because of snakes. They're seeking treatment. And he said it's pretty dangerous because no one in the hospital will be able to identify it anyway. We are not snake identifying experts. We're medical experts. If the snake gets out in the emergency department somehow, that becomes a huge disaster. We'll have to shut down the ER and evacuate everybody until we can find the snake and clear it. Please stop bringing the snakes to the hospital. He said, you may be surprised to learn that hospital staff are not trained to identify snakes.
They need more schooling then.
It's very, I'm sure, panic-inducing when you get bit by a poisonous snake.
Did you just say a poisonous steak?
Yeah,
always the food.
Always
food with him.
Always food. Literally always food with him.
Wasn't there a time when you got bit by a dog that you should bring the dog to be tested for rabies?
That's what you want. A rabid dog in the ER.
Well, how do they... You don't want to take 3 months of rabies shots in the stomach when you didn't get
call
bit by
animal control and have them come out and check the dog. Don't bring...
Oh, yeah. Wonderful animal control.
Hey, can I tell you something straight up right now? I'm telling you because one time I had two...
If we don't have cops, we don't have animal control right now.
I don't know how it happened, but one day I was walking out in my backyard, and inside of my fenced backyard were two enormous pit bulls with their balls on. Which started barking at me, and I was like, how did they get in my backyard?
Right.
I have a fenced backyard to keep my dog inside. I had to call animal control.
They could smell Lucy.
They sent animal, and now it did take them forever. It's like 3.5 hours. But when animal control showed up, marron.
Was it like the TV show?
I'm telling you right now, a 9.5 showed up to collect the dog.
I would have started barking.
Dude, it was insane. I almost wanted to go out there and go, hey, you want to put that leash around my neck? I got a dog in me.
I wish you would have choked you.
I got a spike collar inside. I'll get that.
Wish you would have prodded you.
My wife was like, what? You are talking to her a whole lot about these dogs. And I was like, have you seen what's going on out there?
You know, like Animal Planet?
She looked hot too. She had like
that's what I would have hit her
had
with.
a belt on with like a knife on it, and a walkie-talkie. It looked kind of...
That's your kind of...
She ain't scared of a snake.
That's your kind of...
She ain't scared of no venomous snake. Mm-mm. You gotta suck the venom out. You gotta get that venom.
So don't bring to the hospital what bit you. That's the
thing. Yeah. Yeah. Just go to the hospital and they can check to see if you need anti-venom. How about this? Here's another thing. Don't get bit by a snake. You thought about that?
Yeah, why don't you just run away from the snake?
Why were all these snakes in Outback Steakhouse anyway? Outback Steakhouse. Would you go there?
Can I throw the peanuts on the floor?
The longest ever... Oh, God, I almost forgot.
Mornings with Matt and Bob presents...
You're just turning up the music.
To the odd.
Longest ever COVID infection has spawned over 50 mutations. Dutch researchers recently recorded the longest ever known case of SARS-CoV-2 infection, what we call COVID-19.
Don't we all just still have it? Don't we all have long COVID?
There's a man who has immunity deficiencies, so after he caught the virus in 2022, he was unable to shake the virus. He was hospitalized until his death. He was in the hospital for 613 days. Here's the problem with that. when COVID is in your body and you're fighting it with all these antivirals or whatever, that's how you get mutations. They kept testing his blood over and over again. His body alone created more than
mutations.
50 mutations, which then get out into the wild and affect other people and get around the vaccinations and what have you.
Why did the CDC get involved? Put him in a bubble or something?
Well, because he lives in Dutchland, so the CDC can't go over to Deutschland and do
Wasn't
anything about
listening.
it. Yeah, he's a Dutchman.
Well, take some of the pressure off of China now, I guess.
Isn't there a certain point? Is it cruel? Are you not supposed to put a pillow over a certain patient's face? But I think after a while, come on, man.
You gonna cuckoo nest him?
600 days?
I believe in mercy killings. So.
Intra-host evolution, it's called.
Someone kill me.
It sounds like a good screenplay.
How many days can you be sick in the hospital before you want someone to put a pillow on your face?
2-3 hours.
Yeah.
That's the most you could do?
Yeah.
So when I was there for my stroke and I was there for 2 days, you would have had me offed?
Yeah.
I felt fine.
I would have been like Randall McMurphy in Cuckoo's Nest.
I mean, are you enjoying this quality
And you
of life?
could have been
now?
chief.
That hurt because I started thinking about it. I got sad.
Hey, good news
And
is
it has nothing to do with the stroke. I just was like, oh,
good news is you'll
work
be off
longer
the afternoon
hours.
show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to think about his quality of life, dog.
I'll be off everything. Oh, pillow over the face. That's
Got to
all
think
you
about
need.
that quality of life, dog.
Mornings with Matt and Bob presents Nods to the Odd.
Family says they're upset. Their father traveled to Cuba for vacation. He decided to go to the beach. And now, they're upset because one, who leaves their whole family behind and goes on vacation? Oh, I'm sorry. They were there with him. He had a heart attack while swimming at a beach on vacation in Cuba.
No.
They're Canadian. That's why they could be in Cuba. We can't go to Cuba, but the Canadians, they
I
can go.
always hate hearing about heart attacks while people are doing stuff because
Why?
I always think it's going to happen like at night, like it's a time when, I'm not in an embarrassing situation.
Right.
And my fear is having one while I'm driving. That's the worst.
Or having,
What?
That would be
relations.
Can I be honest with you? As stoned as you are, there's no way that you would drive any worse if you were dead.
I want to have my heart attack at a convenient time.
Okay. You should schedule it then. Schedule it ahead of time.
If I could induce it somewhere,
Anyway, a family says they were on vacation in Cuba when sadly their father keeled over at the beach while swimming. He had a heart attack. They flew home to Montreal. A casket was repatriated into Canada. They went to the funeral home. Here's the weird thing. Their father was born in 1956, and he was bald. When they opened the casket, there was a body there that had a full head of hair, tattoos, and it was that of a 20-year-old man.
Sounds like an upgrade to me.
sounds like a guy had peace for a little bit.
It did. It sounds pretty awesome. Like, when they say live fast, die young, and leave a good-looking corpse.
They didn't have to pay any extra for that upgrade?
They've had to pay $10,000 to have their father repatriated into Canada, but they did not get their dad's body. They approached the consulate. The consulate says, I got nothing. I got
body.
nothing. It's a body. You got a body. Why you bitching and moaning? They said, isn't there a family out there missing a 20-year-old tattooed full head of hair dude? And they said, yo no sé. No sé. Yo no sé. Have a cigar. Would you like a cigar? Would you like a nice Kubuna sandwich? Perhaps you would enjoy a mojito. Please sit.
do love mojitos.
Sit. Let's chat. Let's chat about some of the fine things that you enjoyed while you were in Cuba. Do you want mustard on your sandwich? Yeah. That's the thing. Can I press a sandwich in an iron and you can enjoy it? It has pickles and mustard.
Have some communism.
Please.
Please.
Please, friend. Have a seat. A cigar. Perhaps you would like some rum. Indy.
I always think of that.
They still have gotten no response as to where their father is. He died on March 22nd. We are now a full month later. They say they're upset. They're kind of sad. They would like to know where their dad is.
I have some very dark thoughts about what happened. That the Cuban government could get more money harvesting something from that dude than the body that they had. Like they did it for follow the money.
But why would you keep an old? Why would you keep an old guy?
I don't know.
You can't get more of anything from an old guy.
I don't know. I have no idea.
Was he buried with jewels and stuff, or?
I don't know.
One guy says, the problem here is that we have two grieving families. We have a family in Montreal who does not have their father, and we have another family, an unknown one, who does not know that they don't have their loved one. Well, then I don't think they're grieving. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think they're grieving.
Out of mind, out of sight, or whatever.
If somebody's going to pay more for the body, I mean, let's start a bidding war.
Here's the thing. Here's why if you have a loved one that dies while you're overseas, you need to use Amazon. They're so good at returns because they could take this other body.
Take it to Whole Foods.
They'll
could pack it right there.
They could have taken it to the UPS store. You beep, beep, right there.
Right.
You put it in a plastic bag, drop it in that bucket.
Label
boom.
on the forehead.
It's sent back.
And they give you the refund on the same day.
Same day. Same day could have had a new father right there.
Mornings with Matt and Bob presents Nods to the Odd.
And finally, a grandparent is trying to angle for world's greatest grandmother mug. She was called to a high school to have a meeting with administration concerning an issue with her granddaughter. Apparently, her granddaughter had been getting into scuffles and a lot of back and forth with another young girl at the school. I'm sorry, elementary school.
All right. Okay. That happens. There's a bully. There's, a lot of people you might not get along with.
The grandmother apparently is raising the child. The mother and father are out of the picture. So she was called to the school to have a meeting with the principal to say, we need to find some kind of solution. Your daughter, let's give her the name Monica. Monica needs to settle. She needs to learn a little bit about. And so upon leaving the meeting, the girl and grandmother saw the other girl who was in part of the situation, right?
No.
The enemy. They saw the enemy.
Oh, no.
They followed that girl into the bathroom where the grandmother held the girl down while her granddaughter beat the girl about the face, punching her in the face and the abdomen.
Worked the body, too.
Damn.
Jeez.
Jamal Bransford, who is a spokesperson for McGonigal Elementary School, said no other children were injured in the incident. Well,
just one.
Sounds like they're not going ham then, really. They're just going after one victim.
Yeah, what's one?
They are investigating how the grandmother managed to bypass security protocols and gain unauthorized access to the school premises. You invited her there for a meeting. That's part of it. On Thursday, April 18th, an unfortunate incident transpired at McGonigal Elementary School involving a grandparent of a student who managed to circumvent security protocols and then hold down another student while her granddaughter went ham on her ass.
Now, was this one of those grandmothers? There's grandmothers by age, and there's grandmothers that are young. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
there's
35-year-old Grammys somewhere that had a kid early on, and then they had a kid early on. What's the youngest you could probably be a grandmother?
I mean, you have someone at, let's say, 15.
Yeah. And then they have someone at 15. You're at 30 now.
You're 30.
Yeah. This girl's in elementary, so that we're going to say this grandmother could be
35.
Let's say 40.
The world's youngest grandmother at 23.
Oh, God, I got my nipples creepy. Oh.
That is a Romanian wife.
Congratulations to her. Well, anyway, she's been asked not to come back to the school for a while.
Well,
that just happens like that. And that is today's Nods to the Odd, ladies and gentlemen.
Mornings with Matt and Bob presents Nods to the Odd.
You ready to get toxic?
I'm ready.
Tuesday. What's today's topic?
Well,
defending your wife?
A story happened last week, and I want to know how far you'd go.
512-834-0937. Get it loaded up. We want you to call and tell us how far would you go defending your wife?
And what do you ladies think then? All right.
Wow.
Yeah. It's time. It's our time here. It's Toxic Tuesday. I hope I didn't scare the gentleman in the hallway.
There's a lot of screaming all of a sudden.
My apologies. We have to work with each other. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Toxic Tuesday, and you know me as your Toxic Avenger, and I am here to defend all of your toxic actions and blame them on your past traumas as you gaslight your partners. Today, what we are talking about is an incident that occurred last week. Kanye reportedly punched a man who grabbed his now wife, Bianca Censuri.
Wait, he's married again?
Yeah.
What happened to the...
So
somebody grabbed his wife and he punched the dude?
yeah, and I think he was maybe going to be charged with assault or battery. I don't know. And the thing is that even recently, I feel I've asked women this question, whether, a person or a man is right or wrong in this situation as well. And I've gotten kind of a unanimous, no, I don't think a man should do that. And all I want to know is,
are there
why,
any ladies out there who want a dude to smack another dude?
No, I want to know why those ladies lied to me. Why are you lying? Who are you protecting? Is it you think, one, your man can't win and you don't want to see him get slumped? Mm-hmm. Number two, maybe you're actually mature somehow, and in that one I don't really believe. I think you kind of might want a man to be a protector. God, I'm super toxic today.
Yeah.
But
how handsy did this guy get?
I think he tried to reach under her dress or something So yeah, that's a punch and that's a jawing. But I don't think women like that. At least I've heard.
What, a hand under the...
I've never heard, no.
Oh.
Punching another man, even in the situation.
Yeah. I don't know.
So, first off, I'd like to know what would it take for you to, number one, say something?
I try not to get into those situations to begin with, but yes. I guess. I mean, I'll need to think about that.
Number two, what would it take for you to get physical, if at all? Mm-hmm. Or maybe you never do. Let's leave it up to the police. And number three, what do you think your wives think genuinely about it? And what would they want?
I know that my wife doesn't like it because the time the guy shot my wife in the face with a trebuchet with a marshmallow at the science fair. What's that called?
A mini
it's not called a
marshmallow
science fair. It's a Renaissance fair. And then I grabbed that kid around the neck. She was very mad at me and upset.
Because it's a festival crowd.
First off, you should have dove in front of the trebuchet.
Well, no, I had already said, please stop shooting me.
With the mini marshmallows. I said, please stop. And then the fact that I had already said, please stop, and then my wife walked up with the kids, and then he shot my wife in the face, I lost it. And then she got mad and grabbed the kids and ran away. Mm-hmm. And she said, well, I don't know. I don't feel like you're not even considering the kids or me when you did this. So I know that got me in a lot of trouble. Right.
So I know I'm not supposed to do that.
Well, no. Yeah.
But I know you might. I mean, it's easy to fly off the handle. People like to push the boundaries.
It's weird.
In the limits of disrespect. Because it comes, especially when you have a woman on your arm.
Well, I think
another
that's what
man
it was.
should know that this is respect time. This isn't time to air out some beef, anything you needed. Even if I owe you $20, this ain't the time to bring it up.
Now, that was because somebody hit her in the face with a marshmallow. I think if somebody reached under and did a little grabbing, it might be, I'd have to ask her first, hey, was that, because it...
Look, and I don't know if
I will tell you that sometimes ladies, as they are no longer 20, they like to be appreciated. And she might have been like, ooh.
There's some dudes, though. There's some dudes in like a concert situation or a club situation, though, that are wired so tight, you even bump into their lady accidentally, and you might get fisticuffs.
Right.
Well, you always
Which is like, what are you going to do about that? I mean,
you always give them my bad. Oh, my bad. I'm trying to walk by.
I would like to point out that there's a difference between someone just bumping into your wife and then you saying, please stop shooting me with a trebuchet, and then he shoots your wife in the face. Okay, I would like to point out.
I'm defending you, dude. I think you did the right thing.
Was he over 18? Because that's a whooping.
I think he was 19.
Okay, well then
when I asked him when I said how effing old are you, he was like 19, and I was like, oh.
Look, these young influencers and dumb Gen Zers or whatever.
Yeah.
don't do ass whooping things that constitute an ass whooping, I guess. I don't know. And not, expect not to get, the repercussions handed to you. Let's go to some callers. I feel like I still didn't get a clear answer out of Bob or Matt.
Like I said, I try to avoid the situations where those kind of things might happen.
Let's go to this caller. Hey, caller.
I don't go to Renfest.
Guys, it's Connor.
Oh, geez, Connor. Hey,
this is your
Connor.
I don't think.
Can you write down that number? Write down the number you see.
It doesn't show up. It's just wireless calls.
Then stop taking wireless calls.
There's one above it.
He called 10 minutes ago.
I know.
Hey, Connor.
I hung up on him.
What happened, Connor? You had a 1 call per week kibosh.
Yeah.
Stop ruining our show.
Mm-hmm. Let's see if this next caller is.
We got him good, Bob. We got him good.
Hey, caller, what's up?
Hey, morning, guys.
Morning, what's up?
So, yeah, someone insults my wife, says things about her, whatever. Her reputation, her honor will defend itself. We'll exit the situation, and it's just not a big deal. But if someone touches my wife, other than to keep her from falling off the cliff, they're getting handsy, essentially a physical assault.
Yeah.
Then it is my job to make that stop. And
is it all bets are off now, or you're just doing enough to get him away?
Yeah, you stop them from doing what they're doing. That's all. It's proportional.
Not for Chuy. Chewy so badly wants to beat the living hell out of somebody.
No. That's the thing, is that guy is going to learn you're not going to do that to another woman. When you leave here, you don't have the desire to do that again.
Problem is the cops arrest everybody.
Then that's fine. I'll take the assault charge. That's not a hard thing to do. A night over jail is not crazy.
Yeah, because they've got bologna there, and it's a meal. And you know how much he
slices of white bread.
You know how much he loves a meal.
The cheap salami is really good. That I had in Milam County.
I really get wanting to do so.
Well, your phone's breaking up, sir. Can't hear you. We got someone a little more toxic pressing here. Let's.
Now for my brown brothers. Sorry, no tortilla.
Manny.
Orale.
Real Manny.
Well, I'll tell you what. If somebody looks at my woman too long, I'm going to punch him. You don't have to touch her. Just stare at her.
God.
But old Kanye, he did the right thing, even though he lets her run around almost butt naked.
See, that's crazy because you don't keep up with any news, but you've seen her walking around naked. Of course,
funny. Because he's seen them now.
So you're saying I can't even say those words anymore.
No, go ahead.
No, she looks good.
Oh, she's fine.
But you can't touch her. You can't just run up and grab her.
Bro, you got a kid right there.
Yeah, my grandson's here. He's getting rowdy. He wants to see some women too. Right, boy? Yeah.
Oh my God.
I believe that children are future.
Aren't there child labor?
Take him up there so you can see him. He's tough.
That kid's probably carrying boxes for Manny.
Yeah, bro. You making him work at Army Navy?
Yeah, he's got to work. He wants to eat.
Thank you, Manny.
He's making his son sort bullets.
Oh my God! And of course, we always have to follow up with. I think that line I keep on. It has a button or something. It cuts him off. We cut fake Manny off. Look, I think any guy kind of has that in them. Maybe it seems a little.
Yeah, you don't know what you're going to do.
It
really
seems a little self-indulgent, but there's something. And I want to say it's a Texas brand to be the guy that's like, I'm going to go ahead and punish this dude for all of us.
I don't think
before he attacks any of y'all's wives.
I didn't know. I think I would have said, look, it's ridiculous because you put yourself in a position to maybe be. I would have tried to use some kind of logic about it. Mm-hmm. That day when I saw that marshmallow, it's as stupid as it is. We make fun of me because it is funny to make fun of me. But as soon as I saw him hit her in the face, I went to a place that I don't know where I was.
You
Does
don't
that
want
make
to
sense?
see white projectiles.
Yeah,
And I red ratted instantly. And I realized, and it's happened too, with somebody did something to my kid, and I was shocked at how fast it made me angry. There's also the time that I got in trouble because
I got to think. That's why I said wives, because everybody on the fence about that. Kids, if someone messing with your kids, that's all.
Well,
bets are off.
I got in trouble at my kid's elementary because this one kid goes, I went to pick up my son, and this other kid goes, Is that your son? And I go, yeah. And he goes, he's kind of weird. And I didn't. And all of a sudden,
Did you leg sweep him?
No, I just started roasting him through the fence.
Yeah.
The kid had his hair was dyed purple, and I was like, did your mom marry a clown? Is that why your head looks like that?
Oh, damn! He didn't know he was messing with stand-up comedian Matt Beard.
He had those big oversized shorts, and I was like, were you taller when you got dressed this morning? Like I just started rattling because I don't know, for some reason he really made me mad.
I wish he started crying, went to the principal.
Man.
Well, when I looked up, I realized there was just two teachers looking at me, and I was just insulting. But I was like,
"Y'all want some of this?"
It was so weird because afterwards I was like, I've done that. Did I just start trying to roast a kid because he said my kid was weird?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But it made me really defensive. And then I asked my son, I was like, does that hurt your feeling? And he was like, and my son goes,
that was my best friend.
No, my son goes, that kid's an idiot. Why would I care what he thinks?
Oh, wow.
And I was like, oh, my kid is so much more mature than I am. Because I was like, no, dog, you got to put him in his place. He's like, I don't even like that kid. I don't care what he thinks.
Yeah, but that kid, if he wasn't, humbled then he's going to grow up to be the dude that isn't checked. I think you have to check people these days.
It was funny because the other kids started laughing when I said it. I said, it looks like you bruised your hair.
That's why the internet...
That's the most laughs you've got ever.
The internet and the comment sections are out of control and people talking on everybody.
Yeah.
Because no one can get checked on the internet. You can get checked in real life.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know. And the jury's out on how women actually feel about it. I think they lie to us to maybe... protect whoever their husbands are. I don't know.
Listen, my wife's always said
I think there's a fine line in it because I think all women would like to know that they could be protected.
Look, I think it's hot to be mature, but I think it's hotter to knock a couple dudes out and then be like, it's time to go ahead.
Here's my deal. Get off 6th Street before 10 p.m.
You go.
Like, you can mitigate some of this stuff without having to. I think you go out intentionally after 10 p.m.
No.
But if you're looking for a friend,
I'm going to go where I want to go,
a Pier 6
and y'all are going to deal with it.
There are, though, and it's not a majority, I'm certain, but I have known in my life women who liked to see men fight over them.
And those are toxic women. I don't think you're supposed to say that. I think women are supposed to lie a little bit to us. Otherwise, we would just be monkeys out of control.
Yeah. I knew a woman who I think liked it. She was in our friend group, and she would go out, and then she would sometimes flirt very heavily with two dudes at a bar, and then kind of convince them, whichever one wins this fight can take me home.
I like it. Why not?
You like that?
It's the old.
I just remember I was like, girl, you're starting fights, and she goes. I remember she said, well, I got that power.
Look,
that's toxic. Damn.
You don't have to fight. You can leave.
That's what she said. She was like, they don't have to fight.
But is she going to go home with the...
Is she going to honor the deal?
If there's no fight?
If she's going to mark herself a prize in a prize fight.
Yeah, she said, what's your about? I don't know.
Let's get
That's toxic to hang up on you like that, isn't it?
Yeah, it was. She only rang twice, too.
I'm surprised, too, there weren't more ladies calling on this. Because you really wanted to know from the ladies, is it...
So,
do you disapprove when a guy throws if a guy were to throw a fist over you, would you disapprove?
I think they're going to disapprove, but I'm telling you, they don't. They're still going to like the protector. I don't like how that went down, but I'm glad you were there, baby. Maybe not. Maybe I'm completely out of touch. Maybe
I'm mad at you for making me so horny, honey.
Money? Honey?
This article says he punched the wrong guy.
Oops.
He hit the wrong twin after Bianca run-in, according to TMZ.
Can't be judge, jury, and
Oh,
executioner.
wait, it was twins, and one of the twins grabbed the girl, and then he punched the other one?
Yeah.
Well, that's not fair when twins show up. What am I supposed to do?
Yeah, twins shouldn't be allowed in public anyway. They're creepy.
Get a hold of your other twin, or both get worked. Here, let's get toxic with Jessica.
Hey,
Jessica.
I love you guys. This is the first time I've ever called.
Thank you so much for calling,
Our
Jessica.
favorite calls are when the ladies call, especially for the first time. We want to hear where your take on this.
So, when I was younger, I used to date a guy who would get in fights if somebody looked at me.
Right.
And it was extremely embarrassing. One, because he always lost. And two,
That's the key. That's the key, I think. Is you got to make sure you're going to
He
win.
was in training.
it was so humiliating. But anyway, when I got rid of him and started dating the next guy, the one time we went out and somebody, we were walking away and somebody grabbed my ass. Can I say that? And
You just did.
Sorry.
No,
And he
you don't
said,
have to be sorry. Apparently that thing must have looked good because a lot of guys were getting handsy, Jessica.
Yeah. Well, maybe back then. Yeah. So that guy said something like, "Hey, nice ass," and the guy that I was with said, "Don't you know it?" and kept walking, and it was like the hottest thing ever because I was like, "Oh my God, you are so like secure in your manhood that that's not going to bother
yeah,
you."
he didn't do anything negative.
Maybe he thought that guy was saying his ass was really hot.
Oh,
you know?
thanks, buddy.
Hey, you look good. I
Maybe.
work on it. I do squats. So and you
But he didn't ruin the night, so it
right,
was nice.
and that's really what it comes down to is ruining the night, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I think that's the smart thing right there.
Just don't lose. What I heard, the moral of the story there is don't lose.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jessica.
By the way,
Don't lose and don't go to jail.
TMZ reports that it was an accidental bump. There was no grabbing under things.
What does Bianca say? Because that's who I'm going to listen to, the victim.
I don't think she said anything.
Well, her husband is under arrest for assault and could be sued. So wouldn't she say, "Oh, the guy grabbed me"?
That's true. And also, you can't. I don't know. In Sopranos, I learned that you can't, go against your husband. You don't have to.
That's right.
Let's go to this caller. Caller.
Hey, how's it going, guys? Good morning.
Good morning. What's up, man? What's your take?
My take is like, my wife, she's always like, kind of like, okay, be careful how you approach somebody if there's a negative situation going on. And she's kind of right because I'll say, no, I'm calmly going to talk to them. And then it kind of all comes out kind of different.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? It's an issue we have.
Yeah. And then I had to talk to the bus driver one morning, and my wife's like, "Oh my gosh, please don't." I was like, "I'm going to talk to him nicely," and I kind of talked to him. The next day, I had to apologize to him when I seen him again because I just wanted him.
Because that's the only way for you to get around. You gotta sometimes you gotta put your tail between your legs.
I straight up told him, "You take care of my son like he was yours." And all the kids on the bus had their heads sticking out, and I looked like Aquaman. All like I had to brush my hair. They were like, "Oh my gosh!" But and then at the end, she was kind of like proud because I was like Mama Bear, Papa Bear, taking care of the little one, So she didn't get too upset. She was kind of like bragging to the family, like, "Hey, Robert." And after that, there was no issues with bullying,
Okay.
It's called taking charge.
Yes,
It's kind of what it is.
But also, you recognize that once you start talking to somebody, it goes from calm to not calm in a hurry, huh?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I think it's a human nature.
It's probably anger management. I got the same issue. Anytime I start talking to somebody, I think in my mind that I'm speaking calmly, but it gets hot very fast because, I don't know, because my brain is broken.
Your first instinct, usually the best one. Thanks, brother. Appreciate you.
No problem.
Let's go to Andy. We got a real short break here. So, Andy.
Okay.
Hey, what's up, guys? Hey, I think Jessica really, touched on the center of the topic because if you're the dude who's doing it because you're an insecure douche, that's unattractive.
Right.
If you're the dude who's going to whoop up on somebody to protect your woman's honor, that's a different thing. And I think that's what really divides it.
Yeah. It really could, because generally speaking, if you're fighting another dude over a woman, but you're doing it for your benefit, that's not working, is it?
Probably not.
Yeah. And that probably is the secret right there, because that guy was fighting other dudes not to actually protect Jessica in any way. It was to protect his own insecurities. And that doesn't work.
It may seem like, it's self-indulgent for me, like I want to get into a fight, but it would have to really be something like an assault.
No. I got into it one time with a guy who stole $40 from the girl I was on a date with. He stole $40 from her. And we got into it. We never got to like punching or anything. He was wearing a backpack. He was probably a drug addict. It had to do with, I grabbed the arms of his backpack and put them against the wall. And I was like, the $40 is back in my hand right now. Right now.
Right.
And got firm, and then he gave the $40 back.
Damn.
Where was it?
You're Batman.
How'd he get it?
That girl never went out with me again. She was like, I don't know. You got really angry. I was like,
it was just $40.
All right. Thanks, Andy. Appreciate it.
All right.
Yep.
You need a female doctor. You got a female doctor, Bob? Would you go to a female doctor?
I've had in the past. I don't think I currently have anyone on my team. I do. I do have one, but she only gets to see my feet.
A podiatrist?
Mm-hmm.
Because of the stirrups?
Would you go to a female urologist?
It's funny you should mention that.
Is it? Why?
I'll tell you off the air.
I went to a female dermatologist. I had to show my.
I've had the fickle finger of fate
from a female.
Yes.
From a woman.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
Dang.
Really?
You were at the dentist.
You had a woman put her finger in your beehole in a professional way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, you know she goes home feeling pretty good, because you know she's like, dude, you would not believe how many dudes I made go ugh, today.
I don't remember how I felt about it at the time.
Probably gets rid of a lot of the feelings she has about ex-boyfriends.
How many times does the accidental thing happen with them, you think?
Researchers say UCLA, it's never an accident. Researchers say that UCLA has found that patients treated by female physicians have a lower mortality rate and fewer hospital readmissions. Turns out that female doctors are better at keeping their patients alive and out of the hospital. And I say it's because, and there's no doubt about this, you can get butthurt dudes and call here, but you know I'm right, females are better listeners than dudes.
I was going to kind of say the same thing, but I was going to say I think they care more.
They may.
I expect them to care about a life more.
I think that females hear what you're saying, all of the parts better, because I think sometimes dude doctors, and I've experienced this, jump to a conclusion about what's wrong with you because they go in their mind before you finish even saying all the parts. They go, oh, that's probably going to be this, and they go, yeah, this is what this is.
Now the problem is when she's telling us what to change in our lifestyle is, how are men good listeners?
No. Also, men aren't good truth tellers. When you go, especially when you see a female doctor and they say to you, how much are you drinking during the week? 2. Mm-hmm. I don't know, 1 or 2 drinks, maybe.
Lie.
That's probably it.
Lie.
It's probably, in fact, I think that's all I've ever had in my life, doctor. 1 or 2.
Drug use?
How tall are you? 6 foot? 6'1"?
It's 11 inches.
Sexually active? Of course.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
The best.
The questions they ask.
Are you practicing safe sex? Well, I'll never get any in your hair if that's what you're asking.
I stretch.
Anyway, and I will say this. I have sought out in my years, and maybe that's what it is. Like, I would go, I had a GP, but I would go see his PA, his physician's assistant. She was great. Yep. She's my favorite doctor in the entire city. Mm-hmm. I think she hears what's happening. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
Plus, we usually have really funny conversations. She's no nonsense.
Does your wife know about her? You tell your wife about her?
Here's the thing. She's a woman who will listen to me and make me feel like I'm funny, and it all only costs $500. I think it's worth it.
That's a deal.
I don't even want I don't even. The hooker is just going to be sex. I don't want sex. I'm exhausted already. Right? I'm working too long of a day. I just want somebody who will laugh at my jokes.
So here's the thing, and especially like myself growing up, an only child and of a single mother, and I wasn't great at talking to women.
Yeah.
You know, when you're 20s
or your 30s, really.
Yeah, I think.
Or today,
you should get a therapist that is a woman to talk to as a young man. Or I think that should happen.
Here's the thing. Every young man could have a therapist that's a woman if you would just listen to your girlfriend. I think she's trying to help. We just don't listen to them.
Well, no, we want the woman with the doctorate, all right? Don't just take some random woman off the street.
A psychologist doesn't have a doctorate.
Okay,
it's just a life coach.
The master's, then.
That's not even a master's, I don't think. I think you just get.
No, I think in order to be a therapist, you have to have a master's.
Do you?
And then to be the other things, you have to have more.
What about a life coach? You could just be a life coach.
Anybody can be a life coach.
Yeah.
Well,
you
you
don't
just
even have
sell
a
some
degree.
vitamins, put a couple initials after your name.
Especially to be a business coach. I know you don't have to have anything. Because I'm always shocked when someone's like, I'm a business coach. And I'm like, you're 23. What business did you run?
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. The life coach scam, is that still... Is there?
Hey. Scam is a strong word for something that's made up.
Yeah, mister.
I mean, I guess it gives you an outside perspective. I don't know.
Just put some initials after your name. No one's going to question it.
No one's going to question the
They're
initials.
the chiropractors of
You put 3
psychotherapy.
initials. Just don't put MD, because you'll get caught.
That legally you can.
But just, I don't know, make something up.
Okay.
Look, we're all better at giving advice than taking our own advice, and that's really what a life coach is. Sometimes you just need someone to go, hey, did you do your work?
I'm taking 3 patients right now. Life coaching.
What are your initials?
I got 3 appointments.
Chuy Eldorado.
JR. Wait, no, JF.
That means Chuy Eldorado Jr.?
JO.
What does JO stand for? No, but like you got to have something that sounds like it's professional, but it's not. You just made it up.
All right, DD.
That's a dentist. That's all, too close to being a dentist.
No.
That's too close to DDS.
No, you know what 2 D's are, right?
What?
D's nuts. Your chin, bro. Got him. Idiot. Fell for it.
Got him. So I'm taking 3. I have 3 appointments today. Email me. I'll get you scheduled, and we can do a live.
Doing a full 50 minutes?
Chat. We'll do 30. We'll do a 50.
I have 1 appointment because I'm in higher demand than Chewy. So 1 appointment.
And well, he's more expensive too, man.
I am more expensive.
Really good. Life coach, call me up. I'll get you through all that and give you advice.
Lifeist coach.
$200.
Mine's $500. Find out who makes more money.
And 5 sessions to get you 1 for free.
What, are you going to punch card your therapy?
Yeah.
I'll even give you a fickle finger of fate.
Not Subway.
I do life coaching and prostate exams. Give me a ring.
And the free one you can give to your enemy or adversary, and I'll give them bad advice.
Treat your.
I like that.
Yeah, I'll give them bad advice.
You're going to treat your life coach business like Snark Sandwich Shop?
Yeah, just like the silver medal. Get a free hot dog at the end.
Click, click, click. Just get the little card. Click, 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 click.
Mm-hmm.
What else are you going to punch?
Hey, and that's the thing is that when he leaves, he clicks it and he goes, oh, only 2 more clicks and you get a free. Stay crazy, my friend. Hands in the card.
Don't you get better.
Don't get better just yet.
Don't you be making all good decisions now.
Hey, yeah, you get your ass together this week, you're going to miss out on that free session.
Hey.
So stay crazy, my friend.
They all think you're crazy. See ya. They're all watching.
Yeah.
Send the next one in.
Hey, you're right to think that they're watching.
They're watching.
They probably are.
They are looking. Judging.
Hey, if you think you hear voices, that's probably just the people talking behind your back. Anyway, see you next week.
We'll see you next week.
For another $200. I like our business we're on to.
I love the life coach.
We're
do it
great.
as a team.
Yeah.
You have an opportunity if you would like to go see Greta Van Fleet. All this week, we'll be giving away opportunities to win tickets to go see Greta Van Fleet.
Qualify, right?
We'll qualify.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
1 qualifier at the
get
end
the
of the
tickets.
week. Everybody's qualified. Everybody gets tickets. Everybody then qualifies for the big upgrade. Only 1 will have their name drawn, and they will win what's called the backstage experience. You'll get to go Backstage, you'll probably get to see the stage, the lighting setup, the sound setups. They do these really cool tours now, and you get to see all about how things are done as part of the backstage experience. Today's going to be an easier day to win, or do you guys want to come back and do a contest?
We can do it.
That was a pause. No, that was too long of a pause.
For Greta Van Fleet, let's make it easy.
Let's make it easy. Today's going to be easy. You can just call right now. 512-834-0937. 512-834-0937. And be the sixth person to say life coach. Sixth person to say life coach will get what they're after. And now... Welcome back. I hope you didn't go anywhere. So
More
maybe not
show
even
to go.
Back. Just more show to go. Yeah.
More show to go.
Bob, you got a great idea.
I think I have a good idea. I mean, listen, I think sometimes, we get these interns and it's work. We're a small staff. It's just the three of us and whatever intern or two might be joining us. And I think we forget that they're really here for an education. You know what I mean? And we forget that because we use the free labor. You know what I mean? And we don't really think too much about how they're doing. And I want to give you a rare opportunity, Big Al, to have a little question and answer sesh with us. If you have questions about the industry, there's something you haven't seen, or something you want to know about radio, about us, about the business or any related business, that and to further your education, because we're only going to have you for what? Another 4 or 5 weeks?
I think 2 weeks after this.
Oh, boy. Well, speak up now. And the first thing we got to teach you is how to use a microphone. And you got to speak right into it.
Hello.
The microphone...
You can move. It moves.
The microphone is your... You know what? Here's the thing. And I don't think that I'm demeaning you. I'm not. This is a trick that they taught us all, okay? When we started out in radio. Because a lot of us were nervous. I know Matt was. I know I was. On my first week or so. My first 30 years. They tell you to think of a person that you're talking to while you're on the radio. And it makes you that much more relatable. In fact, they tell you, most program directors say, you know what? Find a picture of a random person or a friend and put that picture in front of you and talk to that person. And the authenticity, will come through. So here's...
I always picture them naked, too.
Go. There's Michael Jackson.
Not for any other reason than perversion.
There's Michael Jackson. All
He
right?
came back.
So that's just one tip. That's one radio tip I can teach you that's been passed on to me is to visualize that one listener. Yeah. And if you can't visualize them, then actually get the picture of a typical listener and talk to that person. Now, we're all here. We're all ready. Answer any questions that you have about. Are you thinking about getting into this industry?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay. Well, what would you like to know?
I'm thinking
God, I hope he goes. I got nothing.
I've been trying to think how do these shows get set up?
Listen to? Oh,
how do you get there wasn't always a Matt and Bob show, and I think you had another show before this.
Multiple shows before this.
Yeah.
If you want to count just lineups, but if you look at it, there's just been a.
What's your question though?
Basically, how do you get these things set up? How do you get we want to do? Did you and Matt just get together and be like, hey, we want to do this show together now?
This is awesome. The very first question is going to be very uncomfortable.
Yes.
Uh-oh.
It's a lot of dumb luck for one thing, I think.
Yeah.
I don't think that... I mean, you don't normally meet someone on the street and go, hey, let's walk into a radio station and see if they'll give us a show.
Oh, yeah.
Normally, there's something going on. In my case, there was something happening. Someone had done a show. It was more of a music show. And they said, hey, someone reached out to me where I worked. I was working at an ad agency at the time. And they said, hey, your name came up in a meeting. Would you consider auditioning or thinking about being on air? And I'd never been on air before, not officially. I'd done some stuff. I've been in radio, done some things, but and I said sure. And so it was kind of organically happened like that. And then Matt's same situation. Matt was a guy that was coming in and filling in quite often, and we liked him. And so when someone left and we were looking for another person, To backfill? I mean, you're more than backfill. I apologize.
No, I'm not upset. You're
not. I'm sorry that I used a dirt moving term.
Right. But I think you're giving a long answer to it's who you know.
It's who you know.
It's networking. Also, this show that you're here right now, the truth is all three of us got fired. And Bob got moved to the marketing department. Chuy was getting moved to AM, and I was getting moved to a different station altogether. And then we just went and had an argument with somebody and said, "You should really. We think you're making a mistake. We think we should. We think you should give a shot at it. We think we could do that. Whatever. We think we could do something."
Guess what? We were right.
And then they said, well, somebody else said that you guys can't do a show. You're not good at it. It was a long story, but basically we kind of just argued our way into it. And then we rolled the dice. We said, how about you give us a couple months, and if we don't move the needle, then you can fire us then. Sound good?
Yeah, it's a very transactional relationship kind of thing. Like I said, I don't think people meet on the street and go, hey, let's do a radio. Now, you could do a podcast that way.
Yeah.
That's every podcast, right? Two guys sitting around at a bar going, hey, we're talking right now and having beers. Why don't we talk on a podcast together?
Yeah,
And you don't need any corporation to you know.
Yeah, you can just set up yourselves well. You have to negotiate with a company here.
Right.
Correct.
And there you are, and that's why you have tens or hundreds of thousands of podcasts with 3 listeners. A guy's mom and his girlfriend and maybe one other person.
Yeah, but I would also tell you, don't get into radio.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, that would be our first. All right, next question.
My first thing that I would say is don't get into radio.
First of all, let me say...
The industry is going through changes with AI and such, and I think that if you want to do radio and you want to really talk to people, there are better places to start. You might end up on radio one day, but the fact is that right now there's a real boner the industry has for replacing humans with computers. I don't know that it's going to work for them because I think humans want to hear other humans, but we'll see.
We will see. The future has not been read. That was a very good opening question.
That he told you to ask. Now, what's another question you might have for Bob or for Chuy or for myself? About the industry or about life?
That's going to further your education here.
Things you want to learn how to do, like how to be great on a date, possibly, in the future.
Could be.
Before you have to maybe do some speed dating on air.
Now look at my.
Or do you think you're good at it already?
Tell me a little bit more about that. Actually,
well, I'm trying to set it up with our friend Amber and single in the city.
What do you think the percentage is? Like it's going to happen?
I think we're edging towards a definite.
Okay, we're about 90%.
Should we use the term edging?
We probably should not use the term edging.
Uh-oh.
But I mean, there are a few ladies that are into speed dating.
Do you know what speed dating is, Al?
You do speed and then you go on a date.
No. Great, though. You would have you would go on like three 3-minute dates in a row.
Yeah.
While you're on speed.
Oh, my goodness.
And this is all thanks to our friend Amber at singleandthecity.com.
Is that going to happen?
Yes, we are trying to arrange it. I think by this week we should have maybe 3 or 4 candidates for a speed dating.
Very nice.
So I think once we have them, we might actually, put it up on the site and some of our socials and stuff like that, and you do some speed dating in here.
Very nice.
With Big Al. Now the thing is that I don't know. You might be really great with women. I never was. I'm still not. So there's part of me that feels like maybe you might need some practice, but I don't want to be offended. I don't want to offend you by saying that. I'm just not good with women, and I would think that I would need practice. Maybe you're dating constantly on the weekends, and we don't know.
Yeah, you throwing that hog around these days? What's happening?
I was thinking. You're so tall. Oh, I'm trying to get the mic closer to you.
Everything moves. You move. The mic moves. All of it. All of it is so it's easier to get your mouth closer.
Maybe that's
to
the first thing we should have taught.
I'm just worried because sometimes getting too close to it makes it too loud, but I don't think that's happening. But anyways, I talk sometimes, but I have not I guess I haven't gone on a real life date in a bit.
Me either.
Would you be opposed to maybe doing a couple of practice runs if I bring some friends, maybe former interns?
We could do some. I think it'd be more fun if we did role play in here.
Uh-oh.
And you're going to be Al or the woman?
Whatever works. He could sit back and observe you and I, pretending to be a man and a woman, right, and observe our interaction, or we could play one of the roles to him. I mean, there's all kinds of different ways we could workshop it. It's really up to Al.
I think we need, just like, you remember the show, The Rehearsal?
Yes. With
I think we need actual people to put the pressure on and to actually
maybe
review.
Is there someone upstairs like
we got a few
Amanda
people.
Hug and Kiss?
Yeah.
We got a couple of former interns, as well as probably some ladies in here that wouldn't mind.
Right. I bet we could get some of the young lady employees in the building to come help out.
Yep.
Now these women are not. They have boyfriends. They're not attainable. They're just helping you out. Yeah. So don't
just to kind of break
don't
the
get
ice.
attached. I don't know how.
Just
how
get some tips.
I'm attached to a couple of them. But
Did you say tips?
Yes.
Okay.
P, not the other. No repeat letters, I guess.
There you go. It's a no repeat letter weekend right here at KLBJ. Oh, great. Well, that's what we'll do then.
And I think Bob should help you. We'll put some swag together.
Oh, yeah.
We
can go down to Nordstrom's rack. I mean, I don't know if they're going to have your size, though.
Oh, yeah, you have to go to big and tall.
Well, I think they have a big and tall section at the rack. I think. I'll have to go double check.
What size foot we got?
I got to check it again.
That's about 14, right? 15?
Maybe.
14?
Yeah, I gotta get that weird shoe measuring.
Now I know you like boots.
No,
but would
just
you
look
ever
inside and look at the label.
Would you ever rock a pair of J's or something?
Yeah, I mean I wear these mostly
because
just
we
so
can take
walk
the shoes
around.
back from Spencer and give them to you. I think
maybe I could wear different shoes. I just wear these mainly because it was raining a lot before. And
no, those are very practical. Those are very practical.
I
think we can get you some
bus and such.
We might be able to do something for you, but it hasn't worked out well for me getting stuff for other people. They tend to resent me for it, so I don't know.
Now, as the roster fills up, I mean, am I allowed to be part? It's a speed dating thing. I think everybody's
wait a minute. Are you trying to get his castaways?
No, I'm saying. I mean, I think the ladies are expecting a speed dating environment, and normally there's a lot of dates ensues.
What do I do if I like more than one of them?
What do you do if we like the same one?
Look at that. I like the way you're thinking.
that too.
I like the way you're thinking.
My goodness.
Now, it's not, again, I mean, this is all just to get you dating and meeting some women like you requested.
Yeah.
And we try not to get too attached. We all have to decide, if you do get a date out of this, we can definitely find a place, maybe El Dorado or Jupiter.
You could ask two people on a date, and because sometimes it's good to
it's Austin
keep
after
your
all.
keep your options open. And also, what if I like more than one of them? That's called the man's burden. That is that doesn't go away ever, my friend. That is that is an always thing.
There's
and
music songs written about it.
Even if you fall in love with one and marry one, the what about the others doesn't go away. My
grass is always greener.
Their society's ruined because of it.
Yes. Yeah. There's wars because of it. It's a real thing you're going to have to work through, my friend. It doesn't. Yeah.
It's an inner peace. It's an inner peace thing.
Yeah.
That
you just
we
have
all
to learn.
haven't found.
You have to learn that sometimes things can satisfy all your needs, and that should be enough. You don't have to try to maximize your life.
Yeah, you don't want the real bad baddie.
Can I ask you a question? What getting back to, because listen, you've got I don't know how many years of experience, over 100 years of broadcast experience in this room at all. Not everybody, people pay big money to have the opportunity to talk to people like this.
Oh yeah.
I'll ask you a question. Right. Where do you see yourself in this business down the road? Someone behind the mic, in front of the mic, on the side of the mic, production,
lying on the floor,
editing, like what?
Hanging out in the kitchen and eating with Chewy.
Where would you? How would you?
I don't know.
One question you always get in an interview is, where do you see yourself in 5 years in this business?
I am pretty good at the production side, but I do also like.
I would agree with that.
I do like being on the air. It's entertaining.
Okay, we may have spoiled you a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay. We may have spoiled you by giving you the easy route to being on the microphone.
Oh yeah.
Okay, I think you're entertaining. No, I think he's entertaining.
Sounds like you have doubts in his entertainment ability.
No, I'm just saying that beyond these doors, don't expect that.
Wait, are you encouraging by saying, hey, don't expect to ever get anywhere? Is that what you're saying?
I'm a realist.
Is this what your boys have to go through? Is this why they're so frustrated with you as a father?
They're not dreaming big.
Is this why? Crush them right at the gate?
I'm just saying we liked you.
Yeah.
We brought you into the fold. But
He's
you see
also
yourself,
just saying, don't get used to being on the air because you're no good. That's what he's saying to you. That's what
I'm not
hearing.
saying that.
I have some experience being although not on the radio, it's more online. I have talked about that before. I've been on YouTube for a bit, but I'm not like
Hey, can I ask
I'm
you a
not like
question real
Mr.
quick?
Beast or anything.
How many followers you have on YouTube?
Let me double check.
If it's more than 9,000,
I
I'm
hope
going
to
to
God. That's all I'm asking.
leave the room.
I hope to God that
I'm
you're
gonna
trying to
leave
give
the-
advice
I'm trying to get
this
the
kid,
last 10
and I hope that he's going to dunk on you right
I'm
here.
10 subscribers away
Please
from
be
9,000, and I
Please
can't
be
get them.
10K. Please be 10K.
Please don't.
What are we looking
Don't
at
do
here,
this
Big
to
Al?
me.
What you got?
I'm looking at
Don't do this to me.
Galaxy
How far are you
Video
away?
is
10?
hard to look up.
10 users from 10K?
If it's hard to look up, that might actually be a clue to you that you might want to change the
9K.
name of what you got
Yeah,
going
I've
on
been
there.
talking about that. 4.9K subscribers right now.
Oh, God,
That's pretty good.
Oh, now he gets the gloat, and I really. Oh, that's pretty good. You'll
that's
get
good.
there. Don't
No,
worry.
I'm still like.
God, I wish you.
How
wish
long
you
have you
had just
been
been
at it?
smart enough to lie
How
and
long
go
have we
40.
been at it?
I wish you
got
had just said 49,000.
Oldest. There's the oldest video on here was 6 years ago, but we weren't doing that much 6 years ago. There's like 2 videos, and then we started in earnest doing like
6 years ago. Okay. Did you sub me, by the way?
Yeah, I think I did. Yeah. Let me double check.
Yeah,
again.
you better double check. Just give me your phone.
Bob measures success by comparing to others.
Yeah.
Okay, Bob Fonseca.
No, don't look.
Bring it up.
Yeah.
Right?
Let's see.
And report.
Media room. Yeah.
Report.
No, that's
Yeah.
the wrong one. I need you to sub
No,
the
he
other
wants
one.
you to do the one where he does reviews
Here,
of
let me
where he
see.
does the reviews of multivitamins.
Records.
Report
No,
him for
just
being
put-
offensive.
Put United
Oh yeah.
Okay, United
States of Analog.
Report him.
Yeah.
Report. Block and report.
Report
please.
him for racial slurs or something.
Stop. You guys stop. I'm trying to get to 9,000 a day. Look at this. I'm at 8,991.
I am subscribed.
Damn it.
There we
I
are.
thought I could get one more. I know Matt's not.
8.99K.
What do you mean? I was your first or second subscriber. You
I think
idiot.
I get a plaque at 10,000.
I'll follow, but I want to be the 10,000th one.
Maybe you don't even follow me, you bastard.
You know I do.
No, you don't.
I don't.
Well, why would it do? What would it take to just to go boom, subscribe?
I got to open the app and then
I'll do
search
it. Give
and
me your
then-
phone.
It's a whole thing.
Hey, do you want to be on
I need
my
9
channel?
subscribers. I'll put it out to the listeners.
No.
I need 9 subscribers right now. I need 9 people to go to my YouTube channel, United States of Analog, and just click. You can unsubscribe later. I don't care.
And
Just
where
let me
do-
feel.
And
Where do people
like
go
a
for
winner.
Alex's?
It's Galaxy Video, or I suggest looking up Galaxy Grudge Match, though. It's easier to find that way.
Well, then
Blow his stuff up
you
past 10,000.
Should you change your name to Galaxy
I've
Grudge
been talking
Match?
with them, but there's other series on there also. Like there's Multiverse Match, and there's some like review stuff on there, and sometimes we've done podcasts, although they haven't because people.
What if it's called Galaxy Match?
Galaxy Match, maybe, or I can't call it Match Video because that's also
No, that's Match.com's going to
No,
come
yeah,
after
call it pop up video.
Oh, I can't be stealing other things' names. People are gonna just be looking like, what is this? I'm looking up the old clips. Whatever. I gotta think about this. I gotta tell them again. Like Galaxy Video is hard to search up, but they're kind of attached to the name.
Which one is the leader of the outfit?
I guess me and Max.
Oh boy.
Have you ever
We're
thought
the
about
go-
changing the name to Thick and Juicy Girls? Because that, I think, will attract a lot of followers and stuff.
That's more like earlier era YouTube to clickbait with that. We don't have any thick and juicy girls to show off. Maybe one, but I don't think she wants to do that.
Can't you just draw pictures of thick and juicy girls every week?
Yeah, I got those twerk compilations saved still.
Yeah.
Do a flip book?
Exactly. Well, I think you probably have learned everything you need to know.
I think
Bob, this was a great segment.
I think
like
you
that
actually squandered this opportunity to talk to some of the
I'm trying to-
movers and shakers in the industry.
No one wants. What secrets do they hold? They're not holding any secrets.
Well, you basically told me like it's luck and networking.
You don't want to do this.
Mostly luck.
Yeah.
Mostly dumb luck.
I've been kind of lucky already, so who
Unless
knows?
you want to get fired, don't get into this industry.
I never answered like where do I see myself in 5 years?
Yeah.
Like more production, hopefully, and maybe some more on the air stuff. But you told me to not like.
No, I was teasing. You
No
probably do
worries.
very well.
I wish you'd just said where I see myself in 5 years. Drunk, high, and motorboating bitches.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be nice. Yeah. There we are.
We'll get there.
That's Big Al, everybody.
There you go.
Learn
We
a
love
little bit
him.
about
We
the
love
business on a Tuesday. Hey, we've got
Look
more
at that.
Greta
Look at
Van
that.
Fleet.
Don't tell me we don't have.
Hey, look at you. You pop up 100 followers already?
Oh, wow.
What a jerk.
Keep them coming.
How many did
Keep
you
'em
get,
coming.
Big Al? You should have. There should be at least a boom.
Let me check again. Let's see. I'm on the wrong channel.
All right, there you go.
Sorry.
That's okay.
We're going to have to get you a better name.
Yeah.
All right.
Have a good night.
Greta Van
It's
Fleet
morning time.
tickets all
Yes,
this
sorry.
week.